let's blast off. I'm gonna talk about all this shit, okay? I was just like, the double standard is so gross. It's so glaringly obvious. It's so unimaginable. And it's weird to me. UCLA pro-peace student encampment attacked by rabid Zionist outside agitators for hours last night. Cops did nothing. In New York City, cops stormed the halls of CCNY and Columbia University to brutally arrest 300 students for not loving Israel hard enough. Democracy, theoretical democracy is dead. Great stuff, man. Fucking great stuff. I was like trying to see. I did something last night. That I should have never done. I looked at a subreddit, World News or whatever, to see like what Redditors think about what's going on. And it was actually shocking. It is genuinely shocking. Like the way that these people talk about, like, they moved away. It seems like they have moved away from like every Palestinian is a rabid dog that deserves the fucking boot to who cares about this stuff anyway, dude? Imagine, just vote blue. Like, who cares about this stuff? These guys are, it's like a collection of individuals that I feel like are basically in a cult. Like the way they operate, it's so cultish. It is actually kind of shocking. It did feel like I peeked into the world of like dudes who are, you know, getting aneurysms off of the lace bra being incorporated into one of 72 Alpha Son Stellar Blade type shit. You know what I mean? Like it feels wild. It feels wild to see. And I have to believe that it's AstroTurf for my own fucking sanity. Cause like even the people I know in my life that I sometimes communicate with that have been like unconditionally dick riding Israel, even they are like a little bit more quiet lately, which actually is shocking. Like, I checked out r/news earlier to see what they said about the students, and they said the students deserve to get put in Gaza because they're making Biden lose the election. Yeah, I hope that like there aren't that many people out there who legitimately feel that way, right? I feel like that's the most, I mean, that is the ultimate divorcelli Octoberelli take, right? Which is, you know, demanding the white supremacists run over Black Lives Matter protesters because like they're actually fucking up the bag for Biden in the upcoming election. Like they're making Biden look bad. That is like, that was his take. That was one of his many fucking spicy takes that were just completely unhinged that got him banned off this website. And I don't know, it boggles my mind that people do operate that way, where it's like, so I guess you just don't care about like voting beyond the fact that your team wins or something. I will never understand that. Like I've always looked at politics, and I think you should look at it in this way as well, because this is what politics is, whether you recognize it or not, as a means of distributing resources and power. That's what politics is at the end of the day. You vote for your team, and your team is like, here are some of the resources that we'll allocate to the things that you care about. And then the other team is like, absolutely not. Fuck that. We're also going to take away extra resources or whatever, right? And yet for some reason, Americans don't see it that way at all. They just see it as like, nah, it's just team sports. Like, I get nothing out of it. It's okay. Both of the teams are on the same side, actually. And it's fine as long as my team wins. It's just like, I don't recall a time, at least in my political commentary career, where so many like liberal left adjacent content creators were so openly just channeling all of their energy into just dick riding whatever the Democratic Party is defending. That's just what we get from mainstream media, right? Like, I don't understand why there are online commentary. There's online commentary that is basically just the same exact shit. Like online commentary is just like doing a shittier version of Rachel Maddow. It's like, bro, what is your audience? Your audience is just like Rachel Maddow, but I want to be able to say the N-word. Is that what it is? Like, what a weird constituency. Anyway, it's very odd. It's very strange stuff. And I it's like spiritually we're in a strange place in America. And I don't like it. Yeah, Rachel Maddow. Here's Rachel Maddow. So yeah. We're gonna be talking about UCLA, obviously. The encampment that I went to. That got attacked last night. We blasted off already, yes. We are, of course, going to be talking about not only that, but also Columbia and CCNY and many other universities all around the country as student protests are flaring up and being dealt with by the violent, rabid dogs of the state in direct violation of First Amendment rights. Wait, what is this? You should know that my friend at the UCLA encampment knows you as the guy who brought pizza. That's crazy. I'm a little offended by that. Half the fucking encampment where Hasanabi is, and you got motherfuckers being like, oh, he's the pizza guy. Anyway, she's really offline. That's good. It's been multiple times now that your presence has meant pizza for a mini young radical. Okay, well, I mean, it's fine. You're not beating the pizza boy allegations. Everybody needs to calm down with this pizza shit. Okay, I'm going forward. I'm bringing hamburgers. Okay, no more pizza. Hamburger time. Okay, tacos time. Glenn Greenwald compared you to Rachel Maddow, Lamau. Wait, what? When? If I were a grifter, I'd plant myself in left liberal circles, prattle on all day about how Trump is a fascist and a Russian, and urge everyone to vote Dem, sometimes criticizing them. That's the easiest path to media wealth. Ask Maddow, Hassan Piker, and the Lincoln Project. Yeah, he's just so petty and so fucking resentful that he still will personally sandwich me between Rachel Maddow and the Lincoln Project. While simultaneously criticizing the exact same things that I also criticize about mainstream media. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hey, thanks, dude. Thanks. Anyway, playlist for later. I don't know if you saw. I did. Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Why won't you vote for and promote Republicans is basically the Glenn Greenwald question at this point. It is pretty funny. Like, he's just like the real radical politics in this country are actually on the side of directly funding and facilitating and supporting fascists, lending credence to their hallucinations, okay? And making it seem as though they do have a point after all. That's how you do radical politics. It's like, yeah, you're not wrong. It's just radical reactionary politics. You know what I mean? You're a radical in the other direction. It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny that, like, that is the only reason why I am a lapdog of the Democratic Party in the eyes of someone like Glenn Greenwald, is because I say that Republicans are fucking animals, okay? Like, actual goddamn animals. Republican politicians are the only group of individuals collectively worse than the Democratic Party, okay? And I fucking hate the Democrats, as you guys all know. As a matter of fact, most of my time spent on this fucking earth is shitting on the Democratic Party. Why? Because they're supposed to be the champions of social justice, and they obviously aren't. So I do find it rather odd that, like, this man is simply calling me a stooge of the Democratic Party almost exclusively because I don't suck Republican cock on a regular fucking basis like Glenn Greenwald does, because I don't have fucking big dick daddy Peter Thiel funding and facilitating my entire fucking career, okay? Stay away from balconies, Glenn. You know what Peter does. Anyway, dumbass. Is this an ego thing that you don't cover, D-Man at the campus? Why do I cover fucking pro-Israeli agitators on campus every goddamn day? It's not like Kendrick versus fucking Drake, dumb fuck. Your understanding of this issue is so goddamn elementary. I don't know how to fucking respond to such a stupid fucking question. Oh man, another fucking pro-genocidal dickhead who is a two-time divorce champion went to a fucking college campus and yelled at a bunch of pro-Palestinian students and tried to debate them and agitate them. How shocking. I cover that every fucking day, dumbass. Is this an ego thing? Why didn't you cover him? Is it the ego thing? Suck my dick. Go watch the fucking dude who loves saying the N-word, okay? Jesus. Go watch fucking Mr. Defending, Mr. I'm debating the age of consent today. It's so odd. Satire is dead. Oh yeah, this is hilarious. U.S. condemns Cuba over long jail sentences imposed on protesters. Wow. Mr. Octoberelli, Mr. Consentarelli. What the fuck am I supposed to cover? Why would I ever cover that shit? Like, ask yourself. Like, I'm over here covering fucking real news. You're like, why won't you cover my debate daddy? One of the top Reddit posts right now. UNC Chapel students around the American flag to protect it from being removed. What? 10 hours ago, 27,000 upvotes. We're so goddamn fucking fashy, dude. It's crazy. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, Mr. Hard R. Ellie. Wow, brave statement here from Josh. In defense of the protesters. Yeah, oh, I saw this. Josh Hawley fucking chirping about Hong Kong police. Yeah, it's such a powerful nation, guys. We did it. America is so powerful. We got students that are defending fucking the American flag. The poor American flag, guys. Come on. Let's think about, how about we think about some good stuff, like how awesome our students are at defending the American flag. Anyway, imagine how many up dudes, thank you for the gold type dipshits would be coming if that was a Chinese flag. Oh, ironically, Colombia, not the university, the nation, is breaking diplomatic relations with Israel. Colombia President Petro says they will break diplomatic relations with Israel. Maybe he saw the Columbia University and was like, we'll do it for you. Yeah. Here, by the way, just so you know, just so you fucking know, okay, here, I'm going to show you this real quick. Okay, I'm going to show you the UCLA campus protesters. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is another one of these fucking psychotic flag, isn't it? That's not the no, that's not ISIS, chat. Of course it's not fucking ISIS. That is also, that's my car right there, but white. No, it's the messianic flag. It's not the Gadsden chatters. It's the messianic one here.
The land of Israel was given to the Jewish people by the creator of heaven and earth for an eternal inheritance. And that's what we celebrate every year for 8 years.
Yeah. I thought it was the Jewish power one. It's not. I thought it was the Kahanis one. It's not. It's not the Kahanis one. It's the Messiah flag, which is fucking, you know, a cult in and of itself, but Chabad Messiah, the flag, like the Messiah is going to come back. Messianic Judaism. Anyway. All right. Yeah, it's it is tied into the red heifer shit. It's just fucking religious cult nonsense, dude. It's cultish nonsense. Brother, I was literally in this messianic sect as a teenager in Brooklyn. Holy shit. No, it says Messiah, and it's often floated in Ben Gvir rallies. They flew them at the protest on Block 8 in the Gaza. One of the many different sects of like insanity on the far right, the furthest right aspects of Jewish supremacy. Anyway, so let's talk about it. First, we'll get started off with the overall violent campus clashes, okay? Now, obviously, if you guys were in here, as many were, covering this in real time, last night, or over the course of this past week, you saw a very different narrative being presented in the media than what was actually going on. I interviewed the CUAD students. I went to an encampment at UCLA. The pro-Palestinian encampments have very clear-cut demands and are pretty reasonable overall. And all of these students are actually exercising their First Amendment rights. Free expression, free speech. It's supposed to be constitutionally protected. These are students who themselves are, as a matter of fact, learning these lessons from these college campus. The college education that they're getting is teaching them that values such as genocide, ideas like genocide, actions that are genocidal are bad and wrong. So, of course, if you're a student and you learn that, you're like, okay, well, I see what's going on in front of me, and I don't want my tuition dollars to go to the funding and facilitation of genocide. Perfectly valid, perfectly reasonable. There is a long history of students always being on the right side on issues such as this one, and always engaging in radical campus protests. Okay? And almost always throughout American history, these students have been called communists, radicals, outside agitators, have been violently suppressed. Now, having said that, for the past week or so, for the past 2 weeks, okay, American media in general, comprised of these psychopathic right-wing adults, have been begging across the board, across political ideology, across boundaries, across whatever your personal flavor of politics is, has been in unison, collectively screaming from the rooftops to do a Kent State on these fucking student protesters. Why? For the fucking crime of not loving Israel hard enough, okay? If you say something bad about Israel in the United States of America, we will fucking kill you. We have to kill you. You need to die. You need to die right now. We need to call the fucking police and kill you dead. They've been begging for this. Begging. And because the student activists broadly, in a surprising way, have demonstrated phenomenal messaging discipline and have actually portrayed themselves as best as they possibly can, as pacifist as they possibly can in the face of counter-protesters, agitators, and even police presence and police intimidation, the media didn't have a lot of reason to be able to point to go, this is why you got to fucking kill them right now. But that didn't stop them from demanding that the police come in and pack these kids up anyway. That's why they tried to hyper-focus on whatever they could. Sometimes counter-protesters would agitate, and there would be a little bit of a scuffle, and people would go, see? Clashes occurring on college campuses because of the pro-Palestinian side's rabid anti-Semitism. They lied for weeks about anti-Semitism on campus when they were demanding that Jewish anti-Zionists get fucking packed up with the rest of the anti-Zionists. They went as far as to blame it on students not fucking enough, like Scott Galloway said that. Charlatan, a fraud. And then yesterday, Columbia students were unjustly suspended in the midst of these negotiations, these fake negotiations with the university. They were unjustly suspended. Some of the students weren't even at the encampment. They were a fucking class. Suspended for what, you might ask? Suspended for suspected pro-Palestinian sentiment, of course. They were suspending Palestinian students. Incredibly racist. I don't know how else to describe it. So, of course, the students did historically what they've done time and time again. They took over Hamilton Hall. Almost to a T. Almost exactly to the same fucking date. Columbia students have a long history of taking over Hamilton Hall to further continue their protests. This is a part of the history of the school. It is directly on the website of the school. So the students took over Hamilton Hall and renamed it Hind Hall. Named it after Hind Rajab, the 6-year-old Palestinian who was executed by the Israeli state, who famously called for an ambulance, and then the ambulance and the medical team that tried to get to her was also shot at by tank artillery. And yet they said, well, a couple windows were broken in an effort to get into Hamilton Hall, and there's outside agitators that are actually that have taken over this student protest movement. We have to go in and we have to sick the rabid dogs of the state. Think about that. New York City and the state chose to use multiple millions of dollars worth of resources instead of stopping crime. Okay. Instead of that, they did a show of force. They said, no, this is a fascist police state, actually. How dare you fucking say anything mean about Israel? We will fucking kill you. We will pack you up. We will arrest you.
Yesterday, before police showed up here at Columbia, students received a shelter-in-place warning. Hours later, we saw dozens upon dozens of protesters in zip ties taken into city and police buses as their peers, protesters, and even faculty members cheered them on from the outside. Dozens of NYPD officers in riot gear entered Columbia University around 9 p.m., some through locked gates, others seen here coming through a second-floor window of the building occupied by demonstrators Tuesday night. The officers entered Hamilton Hall at the request of the university. While inside, police cleared barricades, conducted multiple arrests, eventually clearing the building. Police also began clearing the tent encampment that had been the symbol of the protest on campus for nearly 2 weeks. Then NYPD moved further north in Harlem towards the City College campus. We were there when dozens of officers breached a gate to clear the encampment and began arresting protesters.
Yeah, I mean, of course they were doing IDF shit last night. New York mayor vows to bring back what he's learned from Israel police back to the NYPD, which, by the way, this is from August 23rd, 2023. But let me tell you something. The IDF already trains the NYPD. IDF doesn't just train the NYPD. The IDF trained every single local police department in this damn nation, all the way from New York City down to fucking a bumfuck part of Iowa on anti-terror initiatives. Kettling and corralling was the IDF tactic early on that our riot police also took on and used so adequately on every fucking Black Lives Matter protest, as you saw in the 2020 BLM protests. Okay? Post 9/11, IDF trained every single fucking police, pretty much every single local police force. Why the IDF, though, you might ask? Well, they're the best at dealing with terrorists. Anyway, so it's far before Eric Adams and his dick riding of Israel that this situation, this collaboration was very much in existence. Yeah, I love this. It will be interesting to learn how many of those arrested in Hamilton Hall in Columbia are actually dickhead, but it didn't stop you from saying, interesting. And it didn't stop your fucking asshole panelists on CNN from making these assertions all goddamn night. These are the people directly responsible for your fucking parents, for your mom and dad and your grandparents, for having these like insane ideas that there's outside agitators on college campuses really pissing off these students, really fucking getting them wired up, getting them ready to act in scary ways and doing anti-Semitism, none of which is true, by the way. It's all just fucking bullshit fabrications from mainstream media to do what mainstream media has always done. Demand that this exact same thing that we watched unfold last night happen over and over and over again. Because how dare they? How dare these students fucking speak out against Israel? Israel is small bean. Israel is powerful lion. But Israel also neurodivergent and minor. Israel, best nation on the planet. Israel, best democracy. Most moral army on the planet. Israel always somehow finds themselves to be in the crosshairs of scary, rabid Muslims that are operating on anti-Jewish sentiment. Of course, Israel has to defend itself. Israel must defend itself. Fuck these students. Kill them. Kill them all. Kill them all. Right now. Kent State. Kent State. Kent State. That's all we heard from mainstream media for fucking weeks and weeks. And now that it's happening, now that it's unfolding, now that the New York City spent millions of fucking dollars bringing in the fattest, most divorced, roided out dipshits with fucking batons and sometimes even live ammunition, as a matter of fact, with guns into Hamilton Hall to brutally arrest and suppress 300 total students from both CCNY in collaboration with CUNY, the City University of New York, and also at Columbia University. Your forced anger is so cringe. Thank you. Chill, bruh. I know, you're right. I should be covering this with a fucking smile. I should not be getting upset about this. I must be faking my anger. I must be faking my anger. I can't possibly be angry that everything that I'm seeing and everything that I've said is going to happen is happening over and over again. And yet the media never actually fucking turns around and goes, hey guys, my bad. Sorry for yelling. Sorry for yelling, chatter. I apologize. You're right. I should not be so fucking mad about Anderson Cooper and every other trusted name in journalism and news basically breaking your stupid fucking parents' brains every goddamn night with this bullshit propaganda that is so easily dismissed. It is so easy. And yet, nobody sees it. You mean Hins Hall? Man, shut the fuck up. I already fucking used both, okay? Don't do this smarmy fucking rad-libby bullshit to me either, okay? Shut the fuck up. Goddamn 34-month subscriber. You mean Hins Hall? I know, dude. I know. I've been using both, okay? I've been using both of those terms, you stupid fucking rad-libs. Oh my God. Oh my God. Aesthetics all the way. Fuck.
Dozens more students were loaded onto city buses and detained by the end of the night. Many faculty members were outside, like this professor we spoke to, who was visibly upset over seeing so many students handcuffed.
I'm just devastated that this is happening to every single campus in this country. We're letting the military in, we're letting the police in. These are just students.
At a press conference before police arrived at the college.
The students were calling it Hamilton on the radio last night too. Rad-libs are so shitty. It's just like unproductive. That's not the point, okay? Yes, I know why it's called Hind Hall. I've talked about it as well, and I go between both. And I also always fucking mention why it's called that, while simultaneously also, for context, so that people understand exactly what fucking hall this is, use Hamilton Hall, especially when referencing the historic significance of fucking Hamilton Hall. Shut the fuck up, 40-month subscribers. Oh my God. Your concern trolling in this circumstance is simply coming out of a narcissistic desire. Okay? It's like when someone has they, she on their bio, and I call them she, which is inside of their preferred pronouns, and you go, they! It's they! It's not just they! Suck my dick! You just want to fucking be heard. Okay? Anyway. They are not students. They are Hamas. Why don't they understand? Yeah, dude, you're right. Yeah. No, you're totally right. These students are also Hamas. Who isn't Hamas? If you are an unconditional... What? If you are an unconditional supporter of Israel at this point, you are just literally hallucinating in public. And it's really damaging because, like, so much of the organs of media, so much of the organs of the state are basically reaffirming your mania. They keep consistently giving you like little bits and pieces here and there to constantly say, no, you're not hallucinating. No, you're right. You're right. These fucking 18-year-old students are actually Hamas. You're right. They're at least Hamas adjacent. I mean, maybe they are Hamas. See, they have tunnels under Hamilton Hall. You know? Hamas is everywhere. It's everywhere, all around. Top of the hour, 3-minute Hamas break. Yeah. You have to defend yourself against that, dude, by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. That's it. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
College campuses, Mayor Eric Adams blamed outside agitators for the chaos and urged student protesters to call it quits.
We cannot and will not allow what should be a peaceful gathering to turn into a violent spectacle.
Bro, you did that. Your fucking rabid dogs in the NYPD did that. There's a great way to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay? I do want to kind of cover Hamilton Hall's significance throughout history because I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Like, the fucking students in 1968 held a dean hostage. They took over Hamilton Hall for weeks. In 1985, they took it over, I believe, for 3 weeks, as a matter of fact. In, I forget which college this was in, but there were demonstrations done by black students that were armed during the civil rights movement. Like, we're talking about shit. We're talking about stuff like our current student protest movement is so peaceful in comparison to how much more radical these students used to be. Did they try to paint the protesters of the Vietnam War as sympathizers of the Vietnamese army? Of course they did. They kept saying these guys are Viet Cong supporters. And then obviously there was a steady flow of propaganda talking about how the atrocities committed by the Viet Cong. Yeah, of course they did that. Remember Jane Fonda? Jane Fonda went and talked to the North Vietnamese forces. They called her Hanoi Jane. They fucking despised her. There are still T-shirts and jackets that say, "I'll never forgive Jane Fonda. I won't forgive. I won't forget. Fuck you, Hanoi Jane. Fuck you, Jane Fonda." Like, people over the age of like 80 still carry resentment towards Jane Fonda. They wanted to kill her. Yeah, this Vietnam vet ain't Fonda Jane. So yeah. I was at VFW not 3 years ago, and it still had Hanoi Jane piss targets in the urinals. Yep.
That serves no purpose.
Wesleyan University President Michael Roth says he has not cleared the encampments at his campus, but he thinks students' efforts should be on legislators instead.
It's the White House that can make a difference on the ground in Gaza and in Israel. And so I think getting our political energies.
Yeah. Forgive Jane Fonda when Jews forgive Hitler. That's a real fucking patch, baby. Yeah, dude. Jane Fonda wronged you in the same way that Hitler wronged the Jews. That's true. Like, I just want you to understand how fucking insane we can get. Okay? I need you to understand how insane we can get and how insane we have always been throughout American history. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because, like, the mania that you experience, the mania that you see all around you with all of these fucking campus protests and the misinformation that flows through mainstream media, that is by design, that is deliberate, that is precisely how you have this level of animosity still being shared by everyone over the age of fucking 75, 80 towards, like, Jane fucking Fonda. I'm showing you this because, like, things have not changed in America. This has always been a very American attitude. And it comes from the same fucking, it comes from the same place of hurt. It comes from the same fascist interest. It comes from the same reactionary sentiment. Okay? Here. He took a fucking dean hostage, bro. Come on. Come on. Like, the students now, the things that the students now are that are doing, that are protesting against, like, Israel are so much kinder. They are pacifists, okay, in comparison to what these dudes were doing. But the dean's different than a janitor, bro. That's bullshit. They didn't fucking they did not hold a janitor hostage. That was media propaganda, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Oh yeah, they held the janitor hostage, and then yet the janitor immediately left. How did that happen? Was the janitor how did they hold the janitor hostage? Number one. Number two, is he a master of kung fu? Did he actually fight his way out? Is that how he got out? The janitor was there for 10 fucking minutes. You think that was being held hostage or being held back for a brief moment while they set up the fucking protections? The fucking thugs broke in and beat the shit out of and violently apprehended students on the same exact day 56 years ago. Or 54? I don't know. I don't know math. I did the math last night on my Instagram story. I think it was 56 years ago. Same exact fucking day, 56 years ago, baby. April 30th, 1968. What? Were the universities supporting the war financially then, like they are now? Yes, of course. Their involvement, the difference is that the involvement of American institutions of higher learning with genocidal state apparatuses has become increasingly more prominent over the years, is basically calcified. And it's not just that, it's like a multiple prong attack. What I mean by this is, like, you have, especially when it comes to Israel, you have a lot of donors who are just very openly like, if you don't fucking do this, if you don't immediately pack up these students, like, I'm just going to not give you millions of dollars any longer. Robert Kraft openly stated, if you don't pack up these fucking kids, okay, in between getting rub and tugs at massage parlors in Florida, Robert Kraft turned around and was like, hold on, I'm jerking my shit off right now by someone who was trafficked. But let me tell you something, okay? Once I'm done getting my shit jerked off, okay, I'm going to fucking come at you real quick, Colombia, with some shit, okay? You better fucking destroy these students. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting my shit zerked off right now. Let me tell you something, okay? Get my shit zerked off. But when I'm done, when I nut, by the time I nut, I better fucking not see a single goddamn pro-Palestinian sentiment being expressed on college campus. That's what he was doing. Okay? Didn't he almost go to prison for that? Yeah, dude. You think we fucking put billionaires in prison in the goddamn country? It's an entire nation designed around specifically doing the opposite of that. Anyway, the point is, professor pinned on the ground being arrested at UV Madison, asking for the police to leave the student alone. We're getting a taste of Trump's America if elected. It's just cognitive dissonance. I think that's why it's such a common thing for people to say about, like, socialism in action. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just show you, like, obvious instances of capitalism fucking destroying people's lives and then point to it and be like, this is what it would be like if socialism took hold over America. It's like, bro, you're living in the situation. It isn't. We are so far fucking removed from socialism, big dog. Okay, Farley, calm down. Farley! God damn it. No, my dad just walked in and Farley's going nutty mode. Are you still voting for Biden? Bitch, when did I say I am? When did I say that? I'll tell you who I'm not voting for, Donald Trump. Doesn't mean I'm voting for Biden. Before I forget. I thought a good propaganda framing, Chad, and Hassan, let me know if I'm cooking. You can't protest genocide nowadays with how woke everyone is. It's silly. Anyway, I thought Farley and your dad vibed yesterday. They did. But Farley's a bit of a fucking fair weather fan, you know what I mean? He forgets quickly. He has a short he has a short memory. Little man. All right, let's finish this. Farley is Caroline and Will's dog, yes, for those of you who don't know. Anyway. Farley's the little angel. He absolutely is not. He's a cutie pie, but he certainly is not a fucking angel. Let me tell you something, okay? That little man is a little bit of a demon, all right? He's a little dog. He's a little guy. He tried to fucking sleep in my bed last night, and we don't allow, in this household, dogs to be sleeping on beds, unfortunately. I know, it's fascist. The irony of this on Columbia's website, yeah, I know. We covered all this yesterday, but yeah, Columbia's webpage discussing its regret for calling in the police to arrest students in 1968 is displaying a warning about limited access due to NYPD on campus arresting students. Incredible irony. We read this article, we read this perspective on 1968 last night. You're missing out on epic cuddles? No, I'm not. I do rarely allow. I do sometimes allow. Huh? Thank you. My dad said posture check. Dana Bash. Today, destruction, violence, and hate overtake college campuses across the country with Jewish students feeling unsafe in our schools. It is unacceptable and harkening back to 1930s in Europe. Our Inside Politics show open here. Another glaringly obvious instance of propaganda. They are losing an entire generation's confidence in. All right. Told Pops, they said thanks. Okay, let's I also wanted to show you this Angus Johnston is a history of student is a professor of the history of student protests, and apparently he took some calls from cynical assholes yesterday.
Past and present. Our guest is history.
So I want to briefly look at this a little bit.
Student activism, and Mr. Johnston, first on the scope of these protests over the war in Gaza. How do they compare to other student protests of the 21st century, and how do they compare to Vietnam protests of the 60s and 70s?
Well, we're nowhere near the level of scale of the Vietnam War protests yet. But the thing that's extraordinary to me about this wave of protest is not just the number of protests that we're seeing, not just the number of students who are participating in them, but the incredible pace of acceleration that we've seen. These have gone from something fairly small to something that is sweeping the country and continuing to grow in the space of about 2 weeks.
And why the timing of this? Obviously, the war in Gaza has been going on since early October. Why is this all happening now, and why have these past 2 weeks been such a focal point?
Well, it's clear that
I think what needs to happen is that beyond the students, beyond SJP, beyond JVP, Jewish Voice for Peace, Students for Justice in Palestine, and beyond YDSA, there needs to be more momentum from the broader student body. But also on top of that, there needs to be more momentum from unions that come in to show support, whether it be grad student unions, whether it be faculty unions across the board, and just other unions as well. It's just that right now, there is a lot of momentum on this front. There is a lot of momentum on this front, and we must not let up. We must not cave. We must not capitulate. That the goal, obviously, the goal, obviously, from the state, the goal, obviously, from the universities is to violently suppress these demonstrations. UAW 4811 announced that they're going to go support the California students. Hell yeah. I hate the media's insane pro-Israel coverage so much. It's even made my mom a little anti-Semitic. I've had to explain to her the difference between Judaism and Zionism multiple times now, and luckily she's starting to understand. I used your Christian Zionist takes, and that helped a lot, so thanks. Yes. You should always do that. You should always describe to anyone and everyone in this time when people are developing anti-Semitic tendencies as a consequence of, like, Israel consistently trying to shield themselves from criticism by channeling Judaism in the most cynical way possible, in the most disgusting way possible, that it absolutely has nothing to do with Judaism whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, Jewish students who are anti-Zionists are at the forefront of these protests and are overrepresented in the arrests, are overrepresented in the harm that actually the state conducts on Jewish student populations. Remember, Jewish revolutionaries have always been at the forefront of social justice historically. It is actually the exact opposite. While Israel desperately tries, and very successfully, in my opinion, tries to say that they represent the interests of all Jewish people around the planet and marries their unjustifiable violent atrocities with the long history and culture of Judaism, which is gross. It's gross to do so. It is anti-Semitic to do so. That's exactly what the fucking Nazis say. You must not forget, Kent State. 3 out of the 4 students that were murdered by the National Guard in Kent State were Jewish. Jewish students are also overrepresented, like I said, in the arrests. Since October 7, I've had a shit ton of anti-Zionist voices on this broadcast, many of whom are American Jews. Some of them are anti-Zionist Israeli Jews. They are some of the loudest voices against Israel, minimizing their impact, making them seem like they're tokens, is one of the grossest, most anti-Semitic things you can do. Jews across the board, let's not forget, Jews across the board, 15 million of them on this fucking planet, okay, are not even a fraction of the Christian Zionist movement in this country. Okay? Christian Zionists in this country, those who believe in a theological reason for Israel to be a Jewish ethno-state because they believe in Armageddon. They believe in the rapture occurring, Jesus Christ coming back to earth, like anime shit. They are far larger than the number of Jews on the planet, okay? Anti-Zionist and Zionist Jews alike. This is why I always say, when people go, Zionist Jews own the U.S. government, yes or no? No, of course not, dumb fuck. Of course not. Do you not listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth? There are a shit ton more Christian Zionists in this country than there are Jewish Zionists. Okay? I do not know if you are willingly or unwillingly channeling fascist propaganda here. If every single Jew in the United States of America tomorrow collectively decided that they are all loud and proud anti-Zionists, America's actions in Israel would not change. Okay? Evangelicals have a broad, outsized, evangelicals in this country have phenomenal outsized political power. Okay? White evangelical Protestants specifically love becoming a Nazi just through weapons-grade stupidity. Exactly. However, this is absolutely a problem. This is why anti-Semitism, real anti-Semitism, of course, increases anytime Israel does some shit like this. Okay? And because people lack critical thinking skills, they just see like Israel doing this and then repping the Star of David, repping Judaism while doing this and claiming that they're doing this for Judaism, claiming that they're doing this for Jewish people across the board. And then the media literally also repeats that fucking propaganda. And then the media also cynically weaponizes real and much more fake instances of anti-Semitism, such as the ADL claiming that anytime they hear someone say from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free is anti-Semitic incident, which leads to anti-Semitic incidents rising by 7,000% or whatever the fuck. And the media just unconditionally reports that as though it's like, without uncritically reports that as though that is actually completely valid. When people see that reality, they go, well, what the fuck's going on here? This is such a wonderful opportunity for the fascist Nazis in the United States of America. Okay? A phenomenal opportunity for the opportunist fascists to be like, see, look at what the Jews are doing.
Columbia University's decision 2 weeks ago on Thursday to send in the police and shut down their encampment really sparked a response among students around the country. And so we began to see a lot of reactions to that. And then as it got more media attention, as people started hearing about them, they continued to snowball. And we've seen that a lot of times in the past, including in the 60s and even earlier. But there seems to be a particular level of intensity of the student response around the country this time. And I have some theories about that, but I don't think we fully understand it just yet.
What are your theories?
Well, clearly, this is an issue that a lot of students feel very strongly about. We are in an era where images from war and violence across the world are things that we not only see in our living rooms on television, but we see on our screens on social media and so on. I also, though, think that we need to start thinking about the fact that this is the post-COVID generation of American students. Just about every undergrad on American campuses right now are students who started college after the COVID lockdowns. And so this is really the first post-pandemic or post-lockdown wave of American student protest. And I think that suggests really interesting things about what's going on.
How much did you watch what happened last night? New York Police Department clearing the students out of Hamilton Hall in Columbia. At the same time, overnight, seeing the violence between protesters and counter-protesters at UCLA. After several hours, LA Police Department moves in to separate the two of them.
Yeah, I was watching in New York and listening to the Columbia student radio station. I found an old FM radio that I had tucked away somewhere. The images that, and certainly the Columbia images and the City College arrests and violence were really troubling. But the thing that really struck me was what was going on at UCLA, where the encampment at UCLA was essentially raided by counter-protesters who were engaging in what seemed like really aggressive acts of violence. It took hours for the police to be called in, and then once the police were called in, according to the LA Times this morning, they stood and watched as counter-protesters were firing off some sort of tear gas kind of a thing or pepper spray firing off.
They were using bear mace, the counter-protesters, the Zionist agitators, okay, all the fucking Beverly Hills Persians went to UCLA campus. All the Bel Air and Beverly Hills Persians got up in arms, okay? Don't even go to the school at all. Got up in arms, went over there to beat the shit out of the UCLA campus students. Yeah, they used bear mace, skunk spray, and fireworks as they screamed, "It's time for a second Nakba." Ironic, because so many Persian Jews oftentimes get shit on by the American state because they look a little too much like they're Muslim. And yet here they are doing fucking West Bank style pogroms.
Fireworks and engaging in physical altercations with the demonstrators as well.
In terms of what's happening on these campuses, what we're seeing, you mentioned the images, the social media images. There was a caller in our first segment of the Washington Journal who said in the 60s, we weren't waving Vietnamese flags. We were waving peace flags. And she, I think it was a she, didn't understand why all these protesters at the universities today are waving Palestinian flags. In terms of the images that we're seeing and how it compares to the past, what are you finding?
Well, I think that we really do misremember a lot about the 1960s. The cultural memory that we have of what was going on in the 60s is in many cases very, very different from what actually happened. During the Vietnam War protests, there were people waving North Vietnamese flags. There were students chanting, "Ho, ho, Ho Chi Minh, Viet Cong is going to win." And hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? And famously, American student organizers went to North Vietnam and toured some of these sites. This is why a lot of people, including I'm sure a lot of your viewers, are still angry at Jane Fonda today. She did a photo op with an anti-aircraft gun. So I think the idea that that American 60s protest that was protesting violence and protesting the brutality of war was not critical of America and not finding common cause with some of the people who were on the other side is just misremembering what actually took place.
Angus Johnson is with us, history professor. It's Hostess Community College at the City University of New York, and he's with us until about 8:45. So go ahead and start calling in with your questions, your comments. Same lines as before in our previous segment. Democrats 202-748-8000, Republicans 202-748-8001, Independents 202-748-8002, and then students, administrators, faculty at colleges and universities 202-748-8003. As folks are calling in, Professor Johnston, Saturday is the 54th anniversary of the Kent State massacre. We had a caller who was a freshman at Kent State on Monday on this program to talk about his experiences and how these images have brought back that experience that day. How did Kent State become such a historic tragedy?
So Kent State is actually only one of 4 campuses in the late 1960s where police officers or other law enforcement officials deputized in one way or another killed protesters or passersby. There were people killed at Berkeley in '69, at South Carolina State College in 1968, and at Jackson State just a week and a half after Kent State in 1970. Kent State, though, was significant and was transformative for a few reasons. I think one is that Kent State happened in the middle of a huge upsurge of protest in response to Nixon's decision to invade Cambodia. Many, many campuses shut down. Many, many campuses stepped back from the kind of confrontation that happened at Kent State. But in Kent State, the governor of Ohio was running for the United States Senate, and he did not want to appear weak, so he sent the National Guard onto campus. 4 students were killed, all of them well over 100 yards, several hundred yards away from the National Guard troops. And crucially, 2 of those students, by the way, were just passersby. And crucially, there was a journalist for the student newspaper who had a camera and took a bunch of photos, which were then able to be delivered to the AP and ran on the front page of newspapers all over the country the next morning, including the famous one of the woman wailing in front of behind a dead body of a fallen student. That is so well known today. And then, as now, images are really powerful in shaping national coverage and national memory.
Talking with Angus Johnson this morning and taking your phone calls about these student protests, past and present. Matt is our first caller in this segment out of Falls Church, Virginia. Democrat. Matt, you're on with Professor Johnson.
Good morning, Professor Johnson. I have a comment and then a question for you. My comment is I'm not really well versed on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict long term, and I don't really have an opinion on what would be best for them, but I really look at, like, the rights for protests in this country, and it seems crazy to me, the overreaction to protesters on these college campuses. I mean, just these small groups of kids and they're being surrounded by giant hordes of police seems crazy to me. So my question for you is, do you think more college campuses are going to have protests now that this overreaction will probably lead to another reaction?
That's a great question, and I think there are 2 parts to the answer to it. One is clearly the crackdowns are prompting more protests. We are seeing that spiral happening. But also, I think it's really important to remember that police have been called out and arrests have been made only in a minority of the campuses where these protests are happening right now. There are a lot of campuses where the administrators have chosen either to just let the protesters be and allow them to continue their encampments, or to negotiate with them. At Brown, just yesterday, it was announced that they had negotiated a settlement and the students were going to step away, and there was going to be a discussion on campus about Israeli divestment in the fall. My own daughter is a student at MIT. There, the encampment, the last I heard, had been allowed to go on peacefully for more than a week. So the crackdowns that we are seeing are not inevitable. They are not something that is happening at every campus, and many campuses that are not experiencing these crackdowns are finding that they are able to continue their business and continue the semester peacefully.
Returning to Kent State for a second, you mentioned the photographs. Is it Howard Ruffner that you were referring to, who was the photographer there?
Yes, yes.
So he, in 2019, spoke about taking those photographs at an event. He was releasing a book about the photographs from Kent State in 1970. It's
UCLA. Here is okay. We're gonna talk about the UCLA protests in a second, and the counter protests who fucking went nutty mode. UCLA supply needs urgent headlamps, airsoft goggles, gas masks and respirators, skater helmets, shields, wood for barriers, knee and elbow pads, rain ponchos, canopies, utility gloves of various sizes, super bright flashlights with strobes, charged umbrellas. For medical, they need EpiPens, non-steroid inhalers, headlamps, organizational bins. For food, they need hot food for lunch, vegan food, gluten-free food, ice, no packaged food, no coffee, no bagels, no bananas, no nuts. For logistics, they need sleeping bags, AA, AAA, C and D batteries, rope, zip ties, electric or solar power generators, lotion, aquifer, and no sunscreen. Gluten-free vegan food. I mean, brother, I think it's fine. You know what I mean? They're in the fucking heart of Los Angeles, okay? It's not that difficult. When I got pizza for the protesters at the student encampment, I also got vegan options and gluten-free options as well. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a fucking deal, you know? Yes, you can. Yeah, please ensure the donations are BDS compliant. You can donate to the you can donate to their link. I believe they have here, I'll see if we can find it. Very scary that this type of hardening of encampment will inevitably give credence for escalation of police response. They're trying to protect themselves. At the end of the day, you have power in numbers, and when the state very obviously stands aside and allows, and I will show you the images which will help you, I think, understand exactly what occurred last night at UCLA at the peaceful encampment overrun by counter protesters. They have a Venmo here. SJP UCLA Venmo right here. If you're outside of the state and you want to help them. Do I think counter protests will face criminal charges? If there's enough pressure, potentially. But let's be real. Many of the counter protesters in the video are Persian. They explicitly use sexist Persian profanities in this video. There's a large Persian monarchist presence in this neighborhood, so entirely unsurprising. I can't say this enough, but for our Palestinian brothers and sisters need to know that this is not the majority attitude inside Iran. This is not even the majority attitude amongst many Iranians outside the country. These people represent the worst part of our community and heritage.
Clown! Uncover your face! Take off your mask! Take off your mask! Clown! Where are you from? Where are you from? Do you even speak Arabic? I'm a reporter. Have you been to Gaza? You speak Arabic? Have you been to Gaza? Send them there, send them there. What language do you speak? Where are you from? Where's your ancestors from? I'm a reporter. Why are you even here? You're just another dummy, right? Another stupid guy. No fucking brain, right? Just an idiot. Hello, guys. This is one of the terrorists. Look at this kitty. You don't even know why you're here, huh? You don't even know why you're here.
Fucking Jabberwocky's mask is so funny. Choice.
Get out of here.
A lot of the protests have been actually en masse as people who work and live in Israel. Wait, what? No way. UAW-UC just released a statement. Should the university decide to curtail the right to participate in protected concerted activity, discriminate against union members or political viewpoints, and create or allow threats to members' health and safety, among others, UAW 4811 members will take any and all actions necessary to enforce our rights. Told you. This is why unions are very important. Okay? This is why intersectionality is best demonstrated by unions in moments such as this one. You understand? Yeah. Motherfucker wearing his like Ugg slippies, his pajamas to go out, get out of his fucking Bel Air mansion that his dumbass daddy bought and paid for, drive his little fucking McLaren down to the UCLA campus to go beat on some fucking students, dude. It's nice. It's great. If only there was someone this man could ask this question to, perhaps at his job instead of Twitter. I feel like I'm losing my mind a little. People don't understand that occupying buildings on campus is like one of the most common forms of student protest for decades and not some devious new ploy devised by professional anarchist plotters, right? Yeah. I don't know if you know this, Chris. Hasanabi head Chris Hayes, but you're employed by MSNBC. Perhaps this would be a fun little opportunity for you to address these concerns you have on air. You know, because the morning program is literally repeating this propaganda in the most devious ways. Yes, dude, a juicer was inside the fucking encampment. Jesus Christ, you guys are so fucking annoying.
Are the students? Tell me if you want a better English.
Wait, that's it. Wait, that pump goes hard, brother. Hey, yo, bro, you think you could put this shit on a horizontal mode?
On what? On portrait?
Portrait, yeah. You might have to put your phone on yeah, put your phone on lock so it turns. Yeah, you have portrait lock. Yo, you have portrait lock on. Put landscape unlock or whatever. It's not flipping. Jesus, yo, bro, bro, put it back, put it back portrait, bro.
Put it back up.
Yeah, put it back portrait.
This is good overall, though. You know why this is good? Because obviously the juicers are very young. Okay, having one of them inside of the encampment is a good thing. Having all of them see that these protesters, these student protesters, are just like peaceful. They're just peacefully fucking demonstrating against genocide is a good thing.
Yo, bro, rotate the phone, bro. Yeah, thank you.
Israel is a racist state.
Look at the juicer. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's great. Fucking brings a tear to my eye, okay? Oh, here's Karine Jean-Pierre. Okay, let's just fucking cover the UCLA protests real quick because I feel like I'm gonna have to dive into this really quickly. But what happened at UCLA last night is obviously unconscionable. It's gross. It's disgusting. What's peaceful about this? The students are peaceful. What's not peaceful is actually the counter protesters coming in and fucking beating the shit out of students that they can get their hands on.
Pointed in the right direction could be very powerful.
Police will now stay on campus here at Columbia until at least May 17th. Yesterday, the university said in a statement that any of the students who were inside Hamilton Hall could face expulsion. But yesterday at CUNY, I heard from a student who was saying, look, we're all here in solidarity with the suffering in Gaza, and any consequence students face is just paling in comparison. Vlad.
All right, Lilia, thank you very much.
In this hour with New York City.
Facts about my 75-year-old black father. He watches Sam Piker literally every day. He talks mad shit about Taylor Swift constantly. That's awesome. All right, let's look at Karine Jean-Pierre. First, let's go through some of the details and the minutia, I guess, or rather, the significant violence that students experience. UCLA, why are you spreading misinfo? No, at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. That is not misinformation. That is real. Okay? Unlike the apartheid regime of Israel, the 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour is real. Okay? That part is real. Unless you subscribe for $5 or for free, in which case you won't actually see the ads at the top of the hour. We're going to dive into the UCLA counter protests, all the agitators that came from all around the neighborhood to fucking beat on some students and do some West Bank style fucking pogroms in the middle of UCLA campus, dude. So there's 24 minutes specifically detailing, what is this? Man simply too informed to not know that presidents obviously don't control how school administrators and law enforcement deal with local protests or riots. Why are these complaints not directed at local authorities, law? Yeah, you're right. I said, good thing we voted for Biden so this would never happen. No, you don't understand. Biden is small bean, okay? Biden is a small bean. He has no power here, which is why he's only fucking shit on the student protesters that are getting brutalized by the police and said that they are anti-Semitic. That's the only sentiment that he's expressed so far. Also, guys, if we don't vote for Biden, then Donald Trump is going to win. And then Donald Trump is going to do exactly the same things that Biden is doing, but much worse because he's all powerful. He's all powerful. This makes no sense. Makes no dang sense. You know? You have to vote for Biden so that Trump doesn't come in and then do the same things that Biden is doing. And worse. Anyway, here is the first 24 minutes of the attack at UCLA campus.
This is the song.
Remember, they fucking on GoFundMe raised a shit ton of funds specifically to set up a massive podium that is loud and disruptive to constantly play October 7 footage when they don't have like the worst techno music blaring, okay? Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld's wife, Jessica Seinfeld, gave $5,000, among many others. So as you can see, there is a necessity for why the encampments are protected this way, because people started when the university system decided, maybe we shouldn't protect these fucking students after all. Immediately, these sick fucks decided, oh, let's break into the fucking encampment because they are rabid dogs. So the uniformed individuals you're seeing is campus safety. It's private security hired by the campus. And then you'll... You'll see some UCPD as well.
Take off your mask, you fucking pussies! Take off the mask! Take off the mask, you fucking pussies! Take off the mask!
It's so funny that they're like, take off the mask, you fucking pussies. Meanwhile, the fucking counter protesters are all wearing masks because they literally are there to do fucking violence. The students are wearing masks for two reasons, as we know. We've talked to the fucking student encampment media liaison people. They're wearing masks because they don't want to get doxxed, and they're wearing masks for accessibility purposes. Now, of course, on the other side, the same people that are saying, take off your fucking mask, you pussies, are wearing masks. Okay? They're saying, epilepsy warning. If you have epilepsy, don't watch. Okay? There's going to be strobe lights. We're watching fucking protest footage. All right? There's going to be flashing lights, everybody. Oh, my God. As I was stating, what do you mean by accessibility purposes? This is a fucking petri dish of disease if you don't actually properly protect yourself, especially if you're immunocompromised. What do you mean? That is the accessibility purpose there. Okay? It's too late. I looked. All right. Well, it's too late for you. All right. Hopefully you won't die. Wonder how the people who ask for epilepsy warnings are never people who need them. They're just like the virtue signal. It's fine. Respectfully, you don't have to dance around saying COVID. No, I mean, it's COVID, but also everything else I said is perfectly valid. What do you think when I say a petri dish for diseases, COVID is a part of that? What the fuck? That's wild. Everybody loves picking on the one thing that they care about the most, okay? I got it, chatter. That's why I covered that and more. Do you think they were agitators to purposely create chaos? I mean, look. What do you think they were doing there? Do you think they were there to simply ask questions? Even though when they go there to simply ask questions, the purpose is still the same, to agitate, to disrupt. Israel defenders always behave in the same exact ways that Israel does, like fucking fascists. Because they are fascists. Israel is a fascist state. Zionism is a fascist ideology. And those who are defenders of said fascist state and its fascist actions, such as ethnic cleansing and its fascist maintenance of an apartheid regime, are, of course, going to behave in the same exact arrogant, violent ways as though they are, you know, perfectly nestled in the midst of the West Bank, where the Israeli occupying force will come in and defend them. They can do the pogroms, and then the IDF will come in and sweep it up. Like, look at this shit. Remember Montana Tucker crying the other day? Like, they won't let me ask questions. Are they playing babies crying? What? Too easy to disrupt legitimate protests? Fascism as a word has no teeth at all. Only in your bubble, not in the mainstream, not regular people. People don't even know what it means. It doesn't matter. That's precisely the reason why I use the term Nazis, because everyone knows what a fucking Nazi is. Okay? And yes, these counter-protesters are fucking Nazis. Through and through. Israel is a Nazi-style state. Israel's actions are identical to the Nazi regime and the Nazi state. This is the reason why I use fascism and Nazism interchangeably, because most people don't know fascism, but they know what a fucking Nazi is. And the reason why they hate Nazis is because of fascism. Identical is crazy. Is it? Is it though? Fascism is the underpinning ideological movement that the Zionist ideology represents. Same as the Nazis. Is it that crazy? Is it that crazy? Think about that. Is it? This ain't 2007 no more, okay, chatter? Perhaps Israel should have dialed it back a little bit if it didn't want the truth to come out about its actions, and for broad populations in the Western world to see that reality. It is no longer relegated to the hyper-woke, socialist, anti-Zionist movements that you could just cast aside. Now you have an entire generation that sees the fucking truth. A lot of this stuff that would have been absolutely unimaginable, impossible to use, the terminology that was so quickly pounced on as anti-Semitic, no longer hits as hard. That's another thing that you're seeing alongside the arrogance demonstrated by Zionist defenders. Is like the idea that the old versions of defending Israel no longer hit as hard, nor do they work, because people can actually see what Israel's doing. People are paying attention to what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. That's a big issue. How do you deal with Zionist gaslighting? I mean, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all. I have firmly held convictions. I have been advocating for Palestinian emancipation for a decade publicly. It's just that many people are now catching up, and it's great that they are. It's great that they're seeing the truth, seeing the reality. How do you counter it? The counter to Zionist gaslighting is just simply the truth, to speak the truth. That's it, and not mince your words.
This is insane. No, I'm on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube? You're a YouTuber?
Yes. I wouldn't walk through there because something can come flying.
Oh, yeah?
Like some wood.
This is the safest place?
I would say, yeah.
I don't like that they're
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker. It's crazy.
By the time I had this rain, bear spray. We're spraying bear spray, so it's hard to breathe over here right now.
Bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe. Bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe.
Yeah, it's like watching modern day fry course, but stupider. Yeah, no, literally.
Oh, nigga, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, nigga.
They're throwing stuff at the encampment. But Black Bloc, right? Remember, it's the outside agitators. The anarchists have joined the fray. They are the ones. They are the ones who are agitating, right? It's so cool that the cops are just watching these motherfuckers like openly provoke, openly try to fight. They want to say it so badly. Oh, they do, for the record. They do say it. They have said it. Yeah, then now they're playing the Israeli TikTok song, the Zionist song, the choice song for the TikTok viral trend where they were like fucking torturing Palestinians that they've apprehended unjustifiably. It's so sick, man.
I'm shocked the cops aren't here.
No, the cameraman here is not a third party. It's a Film the Police LA. He is an anarchist. He's a very famous LA area anarchist who fucking is always filming cops. They hate him. I think his son might have been killed by the police, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We have our disagreements, but it doesn't matter. He is always, his son, I think, was killed by the Los Angeles Police Department. He's despite our Israeli music is a version of like the shittiest techno you've ever heard, or fucking Eurovision music. I swear to God. What was that back there? Pay attention to what's going on over here. Throwing shit. Trying to take off the... So one must ask, why are they trying to take off the fucking barriers? Because they want to be able to... Because they want to be able to break in and beat the shit out of the students. Just so you know. Hitler Youth activities over here. It's just so fucking gross. It's so goddamn gross, dude. Ugh, it's so fucking gross. Is this why you are bending over backwards in protection of the Jews? These protests do have some external groups fanning the flames. One of them is non-Zionist Jewish groups that hate the Zionist state, modern day Israel. It's important to factor this in protest if protests turn violent. Non-Zionist Jewish groups are infighting and possibly piggybacking on the movement to further their own religious and political rebellion against the Zionist modern day Israeli state and giving out shekels to fuel, it says Reardville, USA. Bending over backwards in order to protect the Jews is a fucking insanely Nazi version. Very cool choice words. See, that was... Zionists dragged a student out and beat on him. Yeah, we're going to cover that in a second.
Watch your back. Hey, watch your back.
Every time a pro-Palestine student got outside the wall and beaten, they were swarmed like paparazzi with flash cameras. Yeah, by the way, that guy was using shekels in the 4chan way and not like the actual currency of Israel way. Yeah, that music, again, is the song that became a viral trend in Israel with the Israeli occupying force bastards kidnapping Palestinians in the West Bank and torturing them with that song, just so you understand. Yeah, the alpha song played by the Zionist counter-protesters in so many of these videos is Mantara im Matara, an Israeli children's song the IOF blasted on an 8-hour loop to torture captive Palestinians, which of course turned into a disgusting Israeli settler TikTok trend. Like they started doing it to themselves, like because of how fun it was. Yeah. Just a psychopathic nation, dude. Sorry. It is just so fucking, it's sicko mode all the time, dude. Just not even remotely redeemable. Holy fuck. Playing music and other sound clips over the PA like this is a common psyop tactic that is being used in the military by the U.S. government. It's basically a form of torture to wear down an enemy and break people, especially the manner they're using it. Oh, yeah. Why aren't people calling it the IOF now? I mean, I've been calling it the IOF for quite a while now because the Israeli Defense Forces don't engage in any kind of real defense. People call it the IOF because they call it what it actually is, an occupying force. It is the Israeli occupation force, Israeli occupying force. I get why I really hate you just post about how fucking insane everyone around them is in between two news updates. Yeah. It's a target-rich environment. These are mostly Christian Zionists, right? These counter-protesters? Probably not. I don't know. But this is Los Angeles, so most likely not. I would say that there are far more radical anti-Zionist Jews in New York than Los Angeles. Many of the anti-Zionist Jews I spoke to at that encampment talked about how difficult it was for them to make Jewish friends, specifically because of their disinterest in paying fealty to the state of Israel. Yeah! Anyway, wait, hold on. Where were we? Let's continue.
He's just playing right through it. My guy is unfazed.
What was that all about? I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. No, a lot of Persian Zionists and anti-Iran types and just general fascists. Yeah.
I thought it's about this right here, what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. These people are uncivilized. They're hoodlums, man. They're hoodlums. You know what? The Israeli, I blame the Israelis, man. They're too aggressive. They're too aggressive. They're very warlike.
I mean, it's clear who started that.
Now, oh yeah, they came
They're
in
masked
there,
up all in black.
A group of thugs came in.
I saw it, yeah.
I'm sorry, Hal.
Watch your back. Keep your...
Ben Galaib of TYT was among the mob as an observer. I wonder what he observed. Maybe he observed stuff that he did not like. Maybe he's no longer defending Israel or Zionism in general. Who knows? Because I'm observing a bunch of outside agitators coming down to campus to get a couple licks in on some students at the behest of a fucking psychopathic, rabid, genocidal apartheid regime engaging in an act of ethnic cleansing in defense of such actions. That's what I'm observing. And when I observe this, I think to myself, gross, you're disgusting. Your parents should have swallowed you. You should have never been born. You are just a rabid, filthy little piece of shit. You know?
That's
what I'm observing.
Oh my God, I can't see.
They brought their bear mace out too.
Can't see shit. No. Fuck my eyes. God.
You help me get water out of this?
Yeah, sure. Where is it at?
It's inside the bag.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Then they started lighting fireworks, you know, towards the encampment. they started launching fireworks in the direction of the encampment.
Oh, here's your backpack. Don't lose your backpack.
That's the reason you wear no sunscreen. Chad was asking about it. Guys, I mean, just like the Israeli government, this is defensive fireworks. You don't understand. These guys are very threatened by the presence of an anti-genocide demonstration on UCLA campus. That's why they traveled to the UCLA campus to launch fireworks directly in the direction of the peaceful protesters, you know, as an act of self-defense, because they were so scared that these anti-Zionist Jews and anti-Zionists alike were threatening them by saying, hey, Israel, maybe you should cut it out. You know? Damn, last time a Palestinian lit a firework near Israeli checkpoint, they got sniped. Yeah. Well, that kind of state violence goes only in one direction, not the other. They're coughing because they're bear macing all around. The counter protesters came in with bear mace, specifically to bear mace the people in the pro-Palestinian encampment. Yeah, this was a funny change in the abstract, but this is from 2 days ago. Pro-Palestinian student activists, many of whom are Jewish, taken out of the byline. Pro-Palestinian student activists say their movement is anti-Zionist, but not anti-Semitic. It is not a distinction that everyone buys. Why did they take out the many of whom are Jewish? There was so much mace in the air that the air was toxic to breathe, and I still have a sore throat. Yeah. Bear mace stays in the air for a while.
Fuck, man, I can barely see.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Remember, don't touch the eyes.
I know. And most of all, don't sweat.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it now.
Oh, here, let me show that one more time. Oh, by the way, here's some updates. I was going to talk about this because I've been in contact with some of the student activists, some of the organizers. Okay. Update from UCLA organizers. They're gathering officers' laws, trying to get a number of CHP, and may attempt to clear the encampment today. Also, UAW 4811 is planning on showing up en masse at 7 p.m. Pacific on UCLA campus. Also, another update, UCLA canceled classes today and declared the encampments illegal. Faculty were threatening to strike today. They're currently in an emergency meeting to see how to respond to last night's situation and things as they progress. UCLA encampment is currently on total lockdown. I can only come in and support if I know someone inside the encampment or if I'm just dropping supplies off. Supplies can be dropped off at the New Fowler Museum stairs by parking lot 5. I'm currently working on facilitating. I'm currently working on talking to the student organizers to see if I can attend as well. How many Jewish protesters are there? Do we have any data? I constantly get attacked by my Jewish friends that these protests are anti-Semitic, which is wild. I mean, I don't know if there's currently any kind of hard data on how many of the protesters are Jewish, but there's definitely a lot of Jewish anti-Zionists at that protest. I talked to many of them when I was there. They say the encampment is illegal, but nothing about these actual crimes that we saw. Admin at UCLA canceled the classes today. Faculty are calling for a strike in support of students tomorrow. The way our students were left completely unprotected is shameful. This is an assistant professor at UCLA of Asian American Studies Department, Noor Judah. Calling all faculty, no work on Thursday, May 2nd. We call on all UCLA faculty to refuse university labor tomorrow, Thursday, the day after May Day, in protest of the university administration's egregious failure to protect the students' protest encampment from attacks by self-professed and proudly Zionist mobs coming to campus every night to enact violence. Chancellor Block pointedly ignored the well-being and safety of these students in his campus message sent on Tuesday and failed to acknowledge it in his message today. Students from the besieged encampment wrote last night, the life-threatening assault we face is nothing. Tonight is nothing less than a horrifying, despicable act of terror. Many students were injured, as were several faculty who rushed to the encampment to support the students. As faculty, we find our university administration to be complicit in such terror. We thus ask all faculty colleagues to show support for our students and stop work, including teaching tomorrow, May 2nd. The conditions imposed on our students are also our working conditions. We will continue to work stoppage if the university administration continues to fail our students. It's not just the students, it's the faculty that is also joining the protest as well. UAW 4811, which is what I just mentioned, is obviously not just auto workers, but UAW is comprised not just only of auto workers, but also grad students as well. I suspect that that is the grad student union. So faculty and staff are also joining the protests in solidarity due to the unimaginable amount. Wait, what? Check MHUD logs. One of them was literally a neo-Nazi. The guy that was coughing from pepper spray in the fireworks video is a neo-Nazi. More info on the video in the thread. Oh, this guy is? I was there. I got maced by this older man. Was coordinating the boys speaking Hebrew. They all had the same look. Brown hair, olive skin, and beards. If anyone has info about this guy, let me know. Leave our kids alone. They're a local transphobic movement that has been harassing our schools. A group of Israel supporters have attacked anti-war protesters at UCLA University of Los Angeles in the U.S. The group was filmed carrying out assaults and using fireworks and pepper spray on demonstrators at the Gaza war protest encampment. This is the info about the neo-Nazi. This guy, Narek Palyan, is a neo-Nazi. Zionist coordinated with a neo-Nazi to attack Jewish and Palestinian students and journalists. UCLA has taken down the Daily Bruin website. Wait, what? No way. Oh my God. They did. It's a host error. If you're looking for a... Wait, I've been told that it was done to censor the student journalists. They sent me a copy of their most recent article before it was taken down. What the fuck is going on, man? Refresh. It's there. I mean, I went on the website. It says browser working, Los Angeles Cloudflare working. The host is giving an error. UCLA Radio News is up still. Why is it? It's up. Click on the actual article. I get the error now, but it works. Well, I'm trying and it's not letting me get in, but maybe other people are able to get in. Likely a CDN error. Your regional area might have it offline. People are saying it's back up, but it's not up for me. I'm literally refreshing right in front of you. You're probably seeing an archived copy. You're probably having Cloudflare show an archived copy of the website. Okay? Here. Look. It works, but it says the website dailybruin.com is currently offline. Cloudflare's always online shows a snapshot of the web page from the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine. So if you are able to see the website, you are seeing an archived version of the website before it was taken down. Okay? Go to the website, not a linked article. I'm going to fucking lose my goddamn mind. I'm literally clicking in front of, look at the stream. Use your eyes. I am going to dailybruin.com and people are like, no, dude, don't go to an archive page. There could be a number of different reasons as to why they've taken down the Bruin website. It is rather weird that they have, though. Down for everybody or just me? It's not just you. dailybruin.com is down. There you go. Is that good? Is that helpful? I know that you will probably see an archive website and still come in here to tell me that it's actually still up. Okay? Because you saw fucking way back. No, it's not getting DDoSed. If it got DDoS, there would be a different a different issue. It's being taken out by the host. This man with the red bandana was one of the main agitators. Oh, can anyone identify this man at UCLA? He assaulted a student at the encampment.
NPC, no place in this world. Fuck you.
Pussy NPC.
Fuck you. Why are you out here by yourself? Hey, stop!
How brave are these fucking limp dick, cowardly fascist thugs to beat on a single fucking pro-Palestinian student that's trying to fucking fix the goddamn barricade. Worthless fucking scumbags.
Stop!
Internet sleuths found out that man and he's a healthcare worker in Israel. Are you serious? Yeah, they're like NPC pussy. Yeah, you on the other hand, you're fucking brave. They're back at UCLA. Please watch. What do you mean? Oh, this is live. Yeah, this is nothing, chatter. This will get minimal coverage? No, it won't. And it's not. It's actually getting not minimal coverage, but a decent amount of coverage, at least on LA Times. As I showed you, UCLA cancels classes after counter-protesters violently attack pro-Palestinian camp. There's no uncertainty here. Okay? This is very clear cut. Very clear cut. They're just straight up fucking saying that the pro-Palestinian camp was violently attacked by counter-protesters and they are in the fucking wrong. The reason why they're doing this, the reason why they're openly showcasing this is because this is beyond the pale, okay? It's beyond the fucking pale. It is such an obvious instance. It is such an obvious, gross Nazi fucking action against peaceful demonstrators that even the LA Times is not going to cover it with uncertainty. Of course, other national dick riders of Israel, like the New York Times, will still fucking say, police officers respond as clashes erupt the UCLA encampment. The university called in law enforcement officers to help after horrific acts of violence occurred on campus Tuesday night, an official said. Violence broke out as counter-protesters attempted to pull down barricades at a pro-Palestinian encampment. Violence didn't break out. They brought the violence. They were being violent. Oh, editors. UCLA is complicit in violence injected upon protesters, failed to protect students by the editorial board of the Daily Bruin. This was the article that UCLA is censoring by the Daily Bruin editorial board. Here it is. Here's I downloaded the article. It began with ear-piercing screams of wailing babies loudly emitting from speakers. Counter-protesters tearing down the barricades, laser pointers flashing into the encampment, people in masks waving strobe lights, tear gas, pepper spray, violent beatings, fireworks sparked at the border of the encampment, raining down on tents and the individuals inside. At around 5 p.m. yesterday, Chancellor Jean Block sent an email to the UCLA student body claiming the security presence of the area had been increased. That was not visible in the midst of the escalating violence. And even with the security present, there was no mediation far into the night. UC President Michael Drake expressed support for Block's decision to declare the encampment unlawful Tuesday evening, adding that action was needed when the safety of students was being threatened. And yet, in spite of official statements from the university and the UC, we witness little being done on the university's part to ensure the protection of students who exercise their rights. Mary Osako, Vice Chancellor of UCLA Strategic Communications, released a statement at 12:40 a.m. acknowledging the violence, adding that the fire department and medical personnel were involved. This came after a source in the encampment told the Daily Bruin that at least 5 protesters have been injured. Wait, hold on. I got to get March. I'm trying to see if we can go there, and I'm trying to see if we can get microphones this time so there's like better sound. Also, I posted this earlier today. In America, if you don't say you love Israel, either the police will beat you directly or they'll wait around and watch as fascist gangs do it on behalf of the state. Okay, when random motherfuckers come on campus to beat up students, but when students bring people, that's a no-no. No, it's no, obviously I'm not gonna fucking randomly go there. If I go there, it will be with the students. And we're currently working on it. But I will show you the CNN propaganda after I show you what the students have been trying to fucking communicate to the public, and that the university took this down. We are sickened by this senseless violence, and it must end, Osako said. This came after a source in the encampment told the Daily Bruin that at least 5 protesters have been injured, but for hours, UCLA administration stood by and watched as the violence escalated. LAPD did not arrive on scene until slightly after 1 a.m. Once Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass sent them in assistance at Block's request. Daily Bruin reporters on the scene were slapped and indirectly sprayed with irritants. Despite also being students, they were offered no protection. The world is watching. As helicopters fly over Royce Hall, we have a question. Will someone have to die on our campus tonight for you to intervene, Gene Block? The blood would be on your hands. Yeah. The police did not fucking intervene or interfere as Zionist thugs marched into campus and did whatever the fuck they wanted to. Statement from the besieged UCLA Palestine Solidarity encampment. The only means of protection we had was each other. We keep us safe. The university's hypocrisy is all too apparent. The university would rather see us dead than divest. Call on UCLA to disclose, divest, and end the silence. Despite the danger, we refused to engage, standing by the principles of our encampment, self-defense. For all the school's pretense of student safety, we have experienced an unprecedented amount of violence and hatred while they stood by. The university's hypocrisy all too apparent as signs of this escalation were reported. Now, let me tell you something. Remember, I am reminded of the MLK video that friend of the show, Johnny Harris, made, where he said that the images of police brutally cracking down on civil protesters in the civil rights movement caused many in the United States of America to really question their loyalty to white supremacy, and we magically actually eviscerated racism in this country as a consequence of that. Does that feel true to you right now in this very moment? Earthquake in LA? I didn't feel it. Or am I? Racism has not been eviscerated, my man. I never said it was. I guess I missed it. Amit Romem from Israel? Wait, that dude is actually a fucking Israeli? Yo. Ain't no way, dude. That's crazy. This motherfucker left Israel, came to 4.3 near Corona. Yeah, I didn't feel it. Ain't no fucking way this dude was like, yeah, no, I got the smoke for American pro-Palestinians as well. No shot. I don't know if that's real or not. No, I don't know if that's real. It's probably a fucking it's probably a fake name to bait people. There's like a bunch of fucking dipshits out there. I don't believe that shit. It's a Zionist joke. It's some slur. Oh, there you go.
NPC, no place in this world. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Anyway, so now that you saw all this, let's take a look at what the here. Let's watch this really quickly too. Now that you've seen all this, it's a fake name. It's a slur against gay people in Hebrew, just Zionist trolling. Aerial video shows security officers just watching from afar, not doing the one fucking thing that they were tasked with doing, which is protecting the students. Okay. There's an old lady, a pro-Palestinian old lady that they're trying to rip the fucking barricade off of. And the fucking counter protesters are screaming, "You have no chance, old lady." The IDF bravado towards children and the elderly rearing its head on U.S. college campuses. It's great. "You stand no chance, old lady. We will fuck you up, old lady. We love beating on old ladies. What do you mean? We're here to defend Israel. Of course we're going to do some Israel shit." Anyway, so let's hear what our beautiful, brave, bold, progressive beacon of justice in the world, Democratic administration had to say about all this.
I'm wondering if the White House has any response to the reports of violent clashes on UCLA's campus last night, that there was a group of counter-protesters that tried to forcibly dismantle the pro-Palestine encampment.
Wait, check out the LA Times headline now, much more ambiguous. No. Dude, are you serious? Well, consent is manufactured, everybody, right before your eyes. After violent protests at UCLA, UC president launches an investigation into response. After violent protests at UCLA, I wonder how that happened. I hope somebody clipped that.
The pro-Palestine encampment.
Wait, check out the LA Times headline now, much more ambiguous. No. Look at that. It went from UCLA cancels class after counter-protesters violently attack pro-Palestinian camp to no. Dude, are you serious? Well, consent is manufactured, everybody. There you go. In real time. In fucking 4K. In real time. Hold on. I'm going to post it. The House passed the anti-Semitism bill. House has passed the anti-Semitism bill to expand definition. Nice. I did. I added LA Times. Check out the LA Times headline now. Much more ambiguous. No. Dude, are you serious? Well, consent is manufactured, everybody. Right before your eyes. After violent Do you read any newspaper regularly? I read all newspapers regularly.
And the clash that resulted afterwards.
So look, what I can say more broadly, any form of violence, we are going to denounce, we're going to call out violent rhetoric, any type of violence.
How is there a hater comment 5 seconds after you just tweeted? Yeah, they're fucking dedicated, man. They're fucking committed, dude. They're committed. So many. The Morning Joe Clips community got removed. Wait, what? Why did they remove the community note stating that these are chains that are readily available by the campus safety? That's crazy. And we haven't even covered that yet. We'll talk about it in a second.
We have to call out. That doesn't change anything. We're going to continue to do that.
Thanks for calling out the violence. Who's doing the violence? We're just going to call out the violence. Anyway.
Dana Bash.
Let's talk about Dana Bash's psychopathic fucking propaganda here. Okay? Claiming that at the top of the hour there isn't a 3-minute ad break. Which there is, for the record. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, for the record, for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Are we still yelling at you about Cuba? No, I put my information down.
Start with destruction, violence, and hate on college campuses across the country.
How much you want to bet she's not talking about fucking the destruction, violence, and hate that pro-Palestinian students are subjected to on a regular fucking basis, oftentimes by the state itself. Thank you, 34MKD50, for the 50 gifted subs. Yeah, Dana Bash, more like Dana Fash.
This was the scene just a short while ago at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Police clashing with protesters. 12 people were arrested. Hours earlier, protests rocked the University of Arizona, where campus police used chemical irritant munitions to remove protesters. Around the same time at UCLA, pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian groups were attacking each other, hurling all kinds of objects, a wood pallet, fireworks, parking cones, even a scooter. And before that, the NYPD was able to clear Columbia University after protesters barricaded themselves inside a campus building. 300 people were arrested at Columbia and City College of New York. But it is unclear how many were actually students. New York City Mayor Eric Adams warned this morning that professional outside agitators are getting involved.
There is a movement to radicalize young people, and I'm not going to wait until it's done and all of a sudden acknowledge the existence of it. This is a global problem that young people are being influenced by those who are professionals at radicalizing our children, and I'm not going to allow that to happen as the mayor of the city of New York.
Many of these protests started peacefully with legitimate questions about the war, but in many cases, they lost the plot.
Yeah, totally. They asked too many questions about the war, and we don't like that.
They're calling for a ceasefire. Well, there was a ceasefire on October 6th, the day.
Oh my God, I fucking hate her so much. God, these people are such fucking freaks, dude.
Before Hamas terrorists brutally murdered more than 1,000 people inside Israel and took hundreds more as hostages.
I'm wondering, as I'm watching Fox News right now, they're using the footage of the fireworks set off by counter-protesters and saying it came from the encampment. What the fuck do you do to defend against that? I mean, just show them the footage. I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that it is a lie. You can fucking literally see it. You can see all of it in broad daylight. Well, not broad daylight, at night, but still. You can literally see it.
This hour, I'll speak to an American-Israeli family whose son is still held captive by Hamas since that horrifying day that brought us to this moment.
There was no ceasefire on October 6th, dumbass. That ceasefire was still destroying Palestinian lives. It's not a real ceasefire under an apartheid regime.
You don't hear the pro-Palestinian protesters talking about that. We will. Now, protesting the way these...
You don't hear pro-Palestinians talking about that. We will. Shut the fuck up. Oh, so brave. Thank you.
Israeli government, the Israeli prime minister is prosecuting the retaliatory war against Hamas is one thing. Making Jewish students feel unsafe at their own schools is unacceptable, and it is happening way too much
Bro,
right now.
this is literally mental illness in display, okay? You are just fucking hallucinating at this point. You fucking psychopathic fascist demon, you. Holy shit. You can actually criticize Israel, but not in the way that we, you know, you can actually criticize Israel, but please don't criticize Israel too much, because then, you know, the police should kill you.
I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here.
Oh, and then she plays the fucking clip from the dumbass fail son actor wearing the fucking IDF shirt every goddamn day, being like, oh, I can't go to class. Isn't that funny? Whenever Zionists say Pallywood, they love doing Pallywood. They actually love manufacturing victimhood while simultaneously using that manufactured victimhood to destroy Palestinian lives and destroy the lives of those who dare defend Palestinian lives. It's great, man.
Pay tuition. This is our school, and they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance. Why can't they go? Will you let me go in? This could be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go
Fucking
in.
bullshit. Yeah. It's wild that CNN, like, do you think CNN doesn't have enough producers or editors or actual journalists to see exactly what the fuck is going on there? Do you think I have some secret superpower where I can see things that they cannot? No. Okay. It's not like I'm more capable than they are. It's just that I'm honest and they're not. They're dishonest. She's holding back tears. She's
Again, what you just saw is 2024 in Los Angeles.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking freak. God damn it. Here's another wonderful CNN. What? These protests are literally just trying to get a soundbite to go viral and seem like a martyr for zero effort. Like, sir, people's families and wives are up in the air. Nobody cares about this guy guzzling buckets of cum on camera by saying he can't walk to class. Yeah, I mean, that is precisely what that dude is doing. He's literally a fucking TikToker, I think. They're literally, and it works because the media does. The media does literally take that one snapshot and go, see, they're telling Jews they can't go to class. It's not true at all. It's complete bullshit. He's trying to walk into the encampment, and he has been for fucking 4 days, 5 days now. CNN, of course, doesn't give a shit about the context. We've seen it. What is this? Lauren Boebert attempts to rip down Palestinian flag that was draped over George Washington statue at the GWU campus.
We're blocking it. What else are blocking it, sir?
Stop! Excuse me, that's not fair. Excuse me. This is
Fucking dumb bitch.
this
Fuck
kind
you.
of property. This is America, and that shit needs to come down.
This is America. Excuse me. Weak ass.
It is private property.
Unfortunately, Lauren Boebert was not allowed to bring her pedophile husband on campus because there are children present. This is why she's alone, surrounded by security and other congresspersons, but her pedophile husband was not allowed because he is not allowed to be within a 10-mile vicinity of a place of learning where children go.
Are you a student here?
I'm on the faculty here.
Then climb up there and get that down. Wait, the flag is personal property.
I thought her arms would be stronger with all the hand jobs she was given in movie theaters. Nope. All that forearm grip strength didn't come into use here.
The statue is not. Get it down.
Get it down.
It's personal property. I'll stay here.
Zionists always demonstrate phenomenal arrogance and act like they own the fucking place no matter what. Yeah, I saw her fucking brilliant take. Friend of the show, Jabri, owned her as well. I got a strange inkling that all these Columbia and UCLA students running around yelling free Palestine would not be jumping at the opportunity to do a semester abroad in Gaza. To which Jay Aubrey and many others correctly pointed out, that's impossible to do because Israel destroyed all the fucking universities in Gaza. Literally every quote tweet. This one's good. You claim to be against murder and yet you do not wish to be murdered. Curious. This is obviously a joke, but unironically, this is like how debate lords are. This is how they carry themselves, like, regularly. You think liberals would feel weird that they are on the same page with Boebert of all people? Yeah. How does that work? Because liberals love negatively polarizing themselves. They have no fucking real values, right? And the only time they decide that they're against something is when they see a bunch of the dumbest fucking psychopathic rabid Republican reactionaries pushing that exact same narrative. So you would think that liberals be looking at the situation and going, yeah, actually, I've realized maybe I was in the wrong here. But nope. Yeah. Oh, you think the fire department should put out the burning building? Well, why don't you go take a nap in the burning building if you love it so much? The House votes 320 to 91 as we're talking, by the way, to urge the Department of Education to codify criticism of Israel as unlawful anti-Semitism. Oh, that's awesome. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, anti-Semitism is wrong, but I will not be voting for the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act today that could convict Christians of anti-Semitism for believing the gospel that says Jesus was handed over to Herod to be crucified by the Jews. Read the bill text and contemporary examples of anti-Semitism, like number 9. So I can say fuck America, but I can't criticize the Zionist regime. Nice. Yeah. Liberals like you, Hassan, let's be honest for a second. Let's get serious. Liberals like you, Hassan, law, since when do you care? About what in particular do you think you are criticizing here? Wait, let's look at number 10. Drawing comparisons of contemporary Israeli policy to that of the Nazis. Well, there you go. I'm doing an anti-Semitism. Holding Jews collectively responsible for the actions of the state of Israel. Wait, what? Wait, what? Bro, hold up. I thought Israel was the representative of Judaism. Wait, hold on. This is number 11 openly dictates that anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. Great. Okay. Seems to me like this is a little bit conflicting. Because number 11, holding Jews collectively responsible for the actions of the state of Israel, that is anti-Semitic. Objectively so. Except that's exactly what Israel says all the time. Accusing the Jews as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust, that's also anti-Semitic, true. Accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel or the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than to the interests of their own nations, also anti-Semitic, true. Denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination, e.g. by claiming the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't say Israel is racist, bro. If you go to the West Bank as a Christian or as a Muslim and have like a 16-year-old settler spit on you, and then you turn around and go, hey man, that's kind of racist. Well, there you go. Pack it up, dude. You're being anti-Semitic right now. You have to eat that spit. Hassan is now an anti-Semite by law. Yeah, it turns out Turns out there was a good reason for me to be declared anti-Semite of the week. So don't equate Jews to Israel, but saying anything about Israel is anti-Semitic. Yeah, obviously, Israel's actions are completely, literally replace Israel in that sentence with any other country. People look at you like you have three eyes. Yeah. For example, if you changed Israel to Saudi Arabia, okay? If you changed the state of Israel to the state of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, okay, and then changed Judaism to Islam, literally everyone would be like, shut the fuck up. What are you saying? Shut the fuck up. You would not find, I don't even think you'd find Saudi Arabians who love the fucking kingdom to accept that. It's ironic because here's a fucking rabid anti-Semite. Are you ready for this? Where is it? Letter to the New York Times, New Palestine Party, visit of Menachem Begin and the aims of the political movement discussed. It was Einstein who literally fucking compared the actions of the early terror cells to the actions of fascists. Okay? Which, of course, fill out the paperwork to go to Cuba, you charlatan. I did. I already did. Shut the fuck up. Einstein warns against partition as leading to narrow nationalism. April 19th, 1938. Albert Einstein, Professor Albert Einstein, last night opposed a proposed partition of Palestine as against Jewish spirituality and as leading to narrow nationalism. He addressed 3,000 Laborite Zionists who crowded the Hotel Astor's Grand Ballroom, far beyond capacity for the 6th annual Third Seder of the National Labor Committee for Palestine. Speaking in German, Dr. Einstein declared he would much rather see a reasonable agreement with the Arabs on the basis of living together. He urged that if the Jews are forced to accept partition, they bear it in the knowledge that it will be in contrast to our nature. The Laborites, who had given noted scientists a thunderous 3-minute ovation as he arose to speak, applauded him somewhat less enthusiastically when he had concluded. Many in the audience, not knowing German, did not understand the address, and no translation was read. Other speakers were Herbert Morrison, chairman of the London Country Council, who urged the British government to restore the absorptive capacity principle of Palestine immigration, Maurice Feinstein, secretary of the United Hebrew Trades, David Pinsky, president of the Jewish National Workers Alliance, Goldie Meyerson of the Palestine Histadrut, Isaac Hamlin, secretary of the National Labor Committee for Palestine. It's weird that all of these Jewish orgs and early Zionist orgs were, some of them just use the term Palestine. What's that about? Yeah, Einstein, more like Hamasstein. Exactly. The early part of Professor Einstein's address dealt with anti-Semitism. He declared that we shall survive this period of oppression no matter how heavy a loss of life it may bring. A community like ours, which is a community purely by reason of tradition, can only be strengthened by pressure from without. For today, every Jew feels that to be a Jew means to bear serious responsibility, not only to his own community, but also towards humanity. Coming to the subject of Palestine, he praised the accomplishments of Jewish pioneers despite the fanatical Arab uprisings. He paid tribute to the solidarity and confidence of the Palestine Jews. The disorders he charged were fomented by those interested in embarrassing not only the Jews, but particularly Great Britain. On the subject of partition, he asserted, I would much rather see a reasonable agreement with the Arabs on the basis of living together than the creation of a Jewish state. This would be considered an anti-Semitic act now. This is an anti-Semitic statement, according to Zionists. Wait, why the fuck am I in a why am I in a CSGO matchup? Hard to kill with a 6.2 DPR that shows up at restaurants right before they close? Does this meme even mean? But I mean, I'm okay. Apart from practical considerations, he said, my awareness of the essential nature of Judaism resists the idea of a Jewish state with borders, an army, and a measure of temporal power, no matter how modest. I'm afraid of the inner damage Judaism will sustain. especially from the development of a narrow nationalism within our ranks, against which we have already had to fight strongly, even without a Jewish state. We are no longer Jews of the Maccabean period. A return to a nation in the political sense of the world would be equivalent of turning away from the spiritualization of our community, which we owe to the genius of our prophets. And if external necessity should, after all, compel us to assume this burden, let us bear it in the knowledge that it will be in contrast to our nature. Who is this guy? Seems smart. Yeah, he was a pretty smart guy, you could say. You know, socialist, smart guy. Definitely had enough foresight to warn against, you know, these sorts of things happening. Condemning violence in our community from the UCLA chancellor.
16. Good morning to all of you. Some pretty stunning images coming to us overnight, Evan. We also are just learning at this hour that banners have been hung from the hall. They read Hind's Hall and Intifada. Hind is a reference to a woman who was killed in Gaza.
A woman.
Intifada, of course, a reference to uprising, violent struggles that Palestinians have had over the years against Israel.
Woman. CNN's Casey Hunt referring to 6-year-old Hind Rajab, a woman killed in Gaza. Nice, man. Come on, guys. Come on, please. What are we fucking doing here? 6 years old, man. Anyway, new. Israel warned the Biden administration, this is from 4 hours ago from Barak Ravid. Israel warned the Biden administration that if the International Criminal Court issues arrest warrants against Israeli leaders, it will take retaliatory steps against the Palestinian Authority that could lead to its collapse. Here's Prem Tacker's translation. Israel is blackmailing America, its largest funder, supposedly the world superpower, to make it stop an international court from holding Israel accountable for war crimes, all by threatening to hurt the people it's accused of committing war crimes against even more. Nice. Thanks, guys. Well, can't do anything about it. Anyway, here's some more footage from the... Oh, my God. From what the fucking... from what the Zionist counter-protesters were doing.
Hey, chill, don't go. Hey, chill.
Pig. They keep fucking pepper spraying themselves too. So happy. Counter-protesters are in full brawl with pro-Palestinian demonstrators at UCLA. Some counter-protesters have been using sticks to try to strike the hands of demonstrators holding the fence. Both sides use pepper spray in exchanges, no police in sight. Doing anything to the Palestinian Authority would be cutting off their nose despite their face. It'd be harmful to Israel in the long term to do something like that. Yeah. But it's not shocking that Israel would literally fucking neuter its own security apparatus that it uses that is sick against the Palestinian population in the occupied West Bank. That would not be the last time that Israel has done such a thing. That's classic Israel behavior. It would literally embolden infinitely more radical groups to take control over the power vacuum that they've created, so that they can turn around and be like, see, it's just like Gaza. It's just like Gaza. We have to kill all the people in the West Bank too. Moving away from a slow burn of serialized pogroms directly to direct ethnic cleansing, like the form that you see in Gaza. Kind of insane how peaceful it was when you were there, and now it's an attack on them, and they were so nice. Like, what a night and day difference from the agitators. Yeah. And if you notice, even amidst all of these attacks, they are still keeping their fucking cool. They're still demonstrating discipline. They're not fucking retaliating. They're simply sitting in a defensive posture.
That's right, motherfucker!
What a lesson this teaches, by the way. If the university capitulates to these rabid fascist freaks, these Zionist counter-protesters, you're basically giving the go-ahead for any and every paramilitant group around the nation to go and beat on these pro-Palestinian students, Christo-fascists and Zionist fascists alike, Zionist Christo-fascists and Jewish Zionist fascists alike, to basically give them the go-ahead that police are not going to defend these encampments that are peaceful, and that you can go in, and if you beat them up, then we'll say, sorry, too violent for us, and take it down ourselves. Dude yelling into the megaphone is currently screeching the most important prayer in Judaism, the Shema. Translation, Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Counter-protesters at UCLA descended on pro-Palestinian demonstrations to fight and tear down the encampment. It's full-on brawl. Men are walking towards the fence, trying to tear it down. Counter-protesters are throwing things at them, including glass bottles in some cases. Real good guy behavior, bro. Real good guy behavior. Shocking to me to see the the defenders of genocide behaving in such animalistic ways here. This was last night at UCLA campus, which the LA Times correctly titled, Violent Counter-Protesters Stormed the UCLA Pro-Palestine Anti-Genocide Encampment. Then they changed that title because it was too good. And they changed it to, After Violent Protests at UCLA, UC President launches investigation into response. Phenomenal edit. The NYPD just posted a highly edited propaganda video complete with over-the-top dramatic cinematic score about their raid on Columbia last night. It has to be seen to be believed. Oh, I can't wait to see this shit. The left are free Palestinian terrorist R words. Nice, man. You fucking owned them. No police in sight at UCLA's counter-protesters descend on pro-Palestinian protesters to fight them on campus. I've been for an hour now at UCLA watching this brawl. No police response of any kind. At least this fat fuck is getting his cardio in for the day. Counter demonstrators brawling the pro-Palestinian demonstrators at UCLA. No police in sight. It's past 1:30. This has been going on for an hour. The cops just stood idly by and watched these fucking fascist freaks for an hour and 30 minutes continuously try and fail to break into the fucking encampment. If the university does not offer unconditional support to this encampment and actually defend the encampment, what lessons will people learn? That you can get away with doing whatever kind of violent, illegal action as long as those in your crosshairs are pro-Palestinian students. That it's okay to do this kind of thing. Don't you think that it's rather strange, by the way, that CNN is still fucking running the line about how outside agitators are the reason why the NYPD had to storm Columbia? That, there were outside agitators, maybe even a terrorist at Columbia University. The real outside agitators were and have always been the police and the Zionist counter-protesters that do not go to that school. Marksy Marks, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Yeah, I hope the UAW also takes action, for the record. Sean Fain said the UAW will never support the mass arrest or intimidation of those exercising their right to protest, strike, or speak out against injustice. Our union has been calling for a ceasefire for 6 months. This war is wrong, and this response against students and academic workers, many of them UAW members, is wrong. We call on the powers that be to release the students and employees who have been arrested, and if you can't take the outcry, stop supporting this war. Do you think the Teamsters will get involved too? Probably not. I can't speak for the Teamsters in California, but Teamsters National, most likely not. Sean O'Brien is no Sean Fain, I will tell you that much.
City police clearing.
Do you think Johnny CIA will cover this? Yeah, 25 years later, to talk about how wonderful the protesters were.
A Columbia University building that was seized by protesters. Dozens of officers arrived on campus late last night wearing riot gear. They used a ramp to get inside Hamilton Hall, which was occupied by protesters overnight on Monday. Video shows special police units entering the building through a second-story window, including our guest, who is with us now, who was first into the building. Officers say about 40 people were arrested there. The university released these images of the damage and vandalism inside Hamilton Hall. You can see overturned chairs and furniture, broken windows, and smashed panes of glass. In a statement, the university explains it made the decision to call the police after consulting with security experts and the Board of Trustees. It reads in part, quote, the decision to reach out to the NYPD.
Guys, they broke glass at Hamilton Hall to overtake it and turn it into Hind Hall, which is why we had to send in the multi-million-dollar Gestapo to break every fucking window and every door inside of Hamilton Hall. Do you understand? And also violently arrest hundreds of students. Do you get why that narrative is so fucking stupid? Do you understand why that's fucking dumb as hell?
Was in response to the actions of the protesters, not the cause they are championing. We have made it clear that the life...
Oh, this tweet perfectly captures the moment. Yeah. Photo 1, NYPD lineup in dark navy shirts and light khaki pants before storming a building at Columbia tonight. Photo number 2, neo-Nazis in West Virginia like 3 days ago wearing dark navy shirts and light khaki pants. Yep. With the Confederate flags and everything. Yes, I know Dr. Phil is currently on campus, okay? It might look like it's the same photo, but it's actually... It's hard to spot the differences between the two photos because it is the same photo, but it actually is a different photo, just so you know. Counter protesters continue fighting in front of police as the police line up about 100 feet away. Yeah, the cops finally do show up, right? And what do they do when they show up? They're like, yeah, let's get them to just, you know, fight a little bit longer. Check this out. The woman labeled as the wife of a terrorist is the mother of a Vice and NPR journalist. This is so disgusting and racist, CNN. They're talking about my 63-year-old mother who lost over 200 members of her family in Gaza. She visited the encampment for 20 minutes and ate some hummus. Sources: wife of an indicted terrorist was on Columbia's campus. Yeah, except Lama Al-Arian, I don't know if you realize this, but like your mom wears a hijab. You know, that's enough. She should have condemned the hummus, is what I think is the expectation, right? Instead of eating it. Oh. This is CNN, by the way, and not Fox News. You might be thinking, like, where is this coming from? This is some fucking unrestricted Islamophobia out of control. And from a media that is desperately trying to manufacture consent to violently destroy the student protesters and squash free speech on campuses. It's not from Fox, it's from CNN. Okay? Counter-protesters continue to fight pro-Palestinian demonstrators in full view of the police about 500 feet away. They arrived 27 minutes ago and have not intervened. Counter-protesters at UCLA, this guy's crazy, continue to fight pro-Palestinian demonstrations in full force. I saw this video. Who arrived 30 minutes ago but have yet intervened. There have been dozens of minor injuries tonight, mostly pepper spray and melee wounds. That's sick, man. That's sick. That absolutely is a fucking... That person should never be able to fight ever again. That person is a trained fighter, and he should never be able to fight ever again. His face is fucking literally out in the open. Probably from that same fucking, probably friends with the same dudes that were there a couple days ago that were screaming the N-word at the pro-Palestinian protesters. Counter-protesters at UCLA are attacking the encampment in bursts in view of the police, tearing down the fence and punching and throwing things each time. It has now been 40 minutes since the police has arrived. That's the high kick guy, by the way. Oops, hats off. Now we know how fucking bald you are, bitch. Says you stand no chance to the old lady. I have been here watching this for 2 hours like this. Wait, he posted it himself? Wait, there ain't no way he posted it himself. Tom Bibian is in this video. The moment we rushed the terrorist encampment last night at UCLA to take it apart. Wait. Bro, why are these guys? Hey, look at that. Orthodox Jews for Palestine. Also, we love you, Hasanabi. Jewish Hasanabi heads at the encampment at GW George Washington University. That's awesome. I love seeing that. You love to see it, folks. Dude, this arrogance will lead to their demise, okay? Listen. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like things will get better. It's always darkest before the dawn, okay? I'm telling you right now, their arrogance will lead to their demise. Yeah, everything that these counter protesters are doing are undoubtedly criminal acts in the state of California. Cops doing nothing is telling. Marksy Marks, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Exactly 1 hour after arriving at UCLA, police move in closer and counter protesters move away, leaving the encampment alone. Jackie Jean, thank you for the 5 gifted. Wait, did a Jewish 16-year-old get beaten by pro-Palestinian protesters? What are you saying? What? Brother, do you see, 1, do you see any 6-year-olds here? 2, do you see any of the pro-Palestinian protesters actually fucking doing anything violent? What is happening? Like, I haven't even seen, I don't even know where this propaganda comes from. Why the fuck would there be a 6-year-old there? Yeah, and last but not least, what kind of fucking drugs are you smoking on? Amitabh's Light. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Is this it? This is where it's coming from? You conveniently failed to mention that the pro-Hamas thugs at UCLA had beaten up a Jewish girl unconscious, which prompted the response by Jewish students. Stop lying and playing the victim. Jewish girl at UCLA was surrounded by 5 people wearing keffiyehs and bludgeoned in the head while they stomped on her Israeli flag. She lost consciousness and her body went limp. She was carried and then sent to the ER. Wait, is this even at UCLA campus, this video? What the fuck? This has 23 likes, man. Former advisor to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Jerusalem Post columnist, New York Mets fan, conservative. What is, I have no idea where this is from. Like, absolutely zero idea where this is fucking from. No, Visegrad posted it too. Yeah, all the fucking fascists. So it wasn't at UCLA. I have no idea. I don't know where this is from. But what I do see is a girl on the ground surrounded by what I suspect are, oh yeah, it says Go Bruins. It is at UCLA. Surrounded by Zionist counter protesters. And I do not see a single fucking keffiyeh or anything like that. Like, I don't even see a single fucking pro-Palestinian person in their vicinity. It's been doing the rounds on Reddit with no backstory. All grifters are jumping on it without actual info. Hey, Hassan, I love your streams, but why are you supporting pro-Palestinian protesters getting beaten on? They should just quit protesting. We already know the Zionists run America, therefore America will never stop funding Israel. We can speak about this. Yeah, dude, thank you. I love the guy being like, hey, listen, one of the most valid and one of the most robust protest movements sparked against the genocidal state of Israel is actually bad. Instead, we should talk about how Jews control the media on Twitch. Thanks, chatter. Yeah, no, that seems like to be a much more productive thing to do instead, is just like fucking screech about anti-Semitic nonsense. I read elsewhere what actually happened was she tripped while holding a flag, but the story being spread is that she was beat up by protesters, even though there's none in sight. Yeah. First video here seems to show I just left the UCLA protest where some pro-Israel counter-protesters gathered today to oppose the student encampment. What I observed shows that the only violence and hatred taking place at these events being perpetrated by third parties and police trying to distract them from the legitimate and peaceful pro-Palestine student movement. I observed several incidents where unprovoked counter-protesters intentionally positioned themselves to verbally intimidate and harass a diverse group of pro-Palestinian protesters who were repeatedly trying to move away and avoid any conflict. The video below shows one of the pro-Israel supporters roaming on the pro-Palestinian side, harassing a group of Asian students and calling them rapists and terrorist worshippers. Another video below shows the Palestinian group moving back from the hostile group of people and setting up a human wall to protect themselves and de-escalate. The last video shows a few Israeli supporters attempting to break this wall. Finally, there was no police presence during the 3 hours I was there. The lack of police presence to subdue this insightful and hateful behavior by Israeli supporters in this is in stark contrast to the excessive shows of police. Takes a degree of investigative journalism to dissect their videos of anti-Semitism, but the 7-hour-long hate crime on pro-Palestinian supporters doesn't break through? Of course. It's wild to see hours and hours and hours of endless footage. Sorry. It's wild to see hours and hours upon hours of Zionist agitators going to a peaceful encampment and brutalizing the Palestinians there, screaming obscenities, using fireworks, using pepper spray, bear mace, and the like for hours on end, to only turn around and be like, yo, actually, here's a 3-second video from a couple days ago where I'm going to greatly massage the narrative that this person was brutally beaten down. Baba yine açıkları verir misin? Açıkları ver. Bunlar yeni. Hey, onları ver bitireyim. It's just like, it's always the same shit. It's always the same fucking bullshit. Oh. We perceived someone even sneezing in our direction. This justifies a tremendous escalation of violence. Even if it is not fucking true. It doesn't matter. Our cause now, our pro-genocide cause, is just bullshit.
On campus cannot be endlessly interrupted by protesters who violate the rules and the law. The university says it believes that the group that broke into the building was led by individuals who are not affiliated with Columbia. We want to ask about that. In total, police last night arrested around 230 people. They also cleared the encampment that had been up for about 2 weeks. Now the university is asking the NYPD to stay on campus until May 17th, which is just 2 days after Columbia's commencement. So a lot happening last night.
Quite a commentary. Columbia thinks it needs the NYPD there for a safe and orderly commencement. In a moment, we will speak with Deputy Commissioner of Public Information for the NYPD, Tariq Shepard. He was on the Bearcat you just saw officers using to enter Hamilton Hall last night. But first, we're joined live now by New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Mr. Mayor, good morning. Can you talk to the series of events yesterday that led Columbia to ask you and the NYPD to step in here and help out with the situation at Hamilton Hall? I know it was a last resort probably for you, but also for the university. What brought you there?
Really, the team, Commissioner Caban and his team, they were speaking with Columbia's representatives.
See, there's a reason why you only interview the police after a fucking insane escalation like this and not the fucking students. Because most of the students are not fond of the police presence on campus, even if they themselves are not exactly fond of the pro-Palestinian movement. Because they're like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Why did you bring the police to beat the shit out of our friends? Even if we don't agree with them, you probably still shouldn't be blocking off the fucking rest of campus and occupying it like we're a hostile entity here. But of course, the only students you will see on mainstream media will be those who are vetted carefully ahead of time, that either are already affiliated with groups like Stand With Us or many other groups that have been funded by the Knesset with grants and whatnot. That's the only students you will fucking hear from in mainstream media. They never, ever show the actual fucking pro-Palestinian students, ever.
In leadership, as well as the other colleges, and it was clear after I was briefed probably 2 days ago the extent of the outside agitators, as Columbia University indicated in their letter to us, that we had to do something. And I really encouraged them to look at this for the safety of the students, for the facilities, and then after breaking into Hamilton Hall, I think that the leadership at the school realized that our concern was actually materializing, and we had to really move in for the safety of those children and do it in the right way. And I see the independent observers saw how the police department deploy and use precision tactics with minimum amount of force, because these...
Did they? You did fucking kettle them so that they were not... they were not in the sight of the arrests, because we saw that. We watched that happen last night. Before moving into Hamilton Hall, from the entry point, from the courtyard, they literally fucking kettled every single media person there, and also the legal observers, into a different hall, away from the site of the actual arrests. Doesn't really seem like there were independent observers there at all.
Support children to make sure that we could really eradicate the problem that we were seeing.
At what point, Mr. Mayor, did you and the NYPD view this as something more than a student-led protest? You mentioned the outside agitators. Columbia talked about them and their student. They said it became clear to them that it wasn't just students inside that building. At what point was it known to you that this was something more and that there were people who maybe had plans for worse than what some of the students were up to?
Well, I believe that when we started seeing footage and we were able to identify what was always my belief based on some of the organization and individuals, but once we were able to actually confirm that with our intelligence division, and one of the individuals' husband was arrested for and convicted for terrorism. On a federal level, once we were able to identify some of the other people, I knew that...
They're talking about a woman who visited the encampment for 20 minutes, a Palestinian woman. Okay, first of all, husband of a terrorist? Like, how many fucking degrees removed are we doing here? She also happens to be the mother of, as we found out, a Vice and NPR journalist. How insane. 4 days ago, a Palestinian woman went to the encampment. That's the only person that they could physically find to justify these actions. The woman herself is 68 years old. I highly doubt that the dude that they're calling a terrorist is actually a fucking terrorist either, but even if he was, okay, it is a political designator regardless. The notion that, like, the woman herself is also guilty. What do you mean? So America is just letting in terrorists? America only lets in one kind of terrorists, right-wing fascists, into the country, okay?
There was no way I was going to allow those children to be exploited the way they were being exploited. And many people thought that this was just a natural evolution of a protest. It was not.
No.
These were professionals that were here. And I just want to send a clear message out that there are people who are harmful and are trying to radicalize our children. And we cannot ignore this, that these outside influences, I don't know if they're international. I think we need to look into that as well. But there's an attempt to radicalize young people in this country.
That's where I want to turn to Deputy Commissioner Shepard about that, because as you told us when you were walking in, you were part of the operation last night. Tell us what you discovered along the way. I know you brought in a pretty staggering visual. And then
staggering visual, chat. Get ready. Get ready with a staggering visual, by the way.
What do we know about these outside agitators? Were they very connected with these students? Did they know each other? How did this turn out the way it did and culminate in such a, I mean, I'm glad it was peaceful, but how did it get to this point?
Right. So the first thing is, as the mayor just said, once we realized that and expected that the outside agitators would step in, we started to prepare for anything and the worst case scenarios, which is their job. They're not coming in to try and unify anybody or to actually protest. They're coming in to create discord.
Right. They really wanted that moment where police and they.
Bro, this is literally just Israel defense. They were asking for it. Sorry, we are an unstoppable force. Sorry, the NYPD is a tsunami. They were basically asking for it. That's great. Thank you. Thank you to the liberal journalists at the liberal institution that is MSNBC.
Had that interaction, and maybe there could be video of them being dragged off, and and you guys did a pretty good job of containing.
Yeah, look at that. They were looking for the cops to beat on them. They were looking for the cops to beat the shit out of them. They were welcoming it, just like Hamas welcomes Israel's ethnic cleansing campaign, just so they can garner sympathy. Oh my God, it is the exact same parallel.
It inside the building and just walking them out. I'm sure that's not what the plan was.
Yeah, our cops did a phenomenal job last night of staying calm, organized, and really a precise operation last night.
Tell us about this change.
Yeah, so when we entered Hamilton Hall, this is not what students bring to school, okay? This is what professionals bring to campuses.
Turns out that is precisely what students bring to school. The bike lock is and was available for sale on campus via Columbia's Public Safety Department under their crime prevention discount bike, locker, and laptop lock program. This morning, this video actually had a community note. That community note was manually deleted.
Oh, well.
Look at this.
This is the same chain.
Katie, look at this. This is an industrial.
Is this the same thing?
No, this is not.
Why was this
brought here?
Where's the deputy commissioner?
Why was this lock? Because these are the locks that we cut off for the doors in Hamilton.
Were any outside agitators arrested at Columbia's Hamilton Hall?
I think Commissioner Weiner addressed that already.
No, they didn't.
LOL.
Look at this.
This is the same chain.
Katie, look at this. This is an industrial.
Is this the same thing?
You don't understand. These outside agitators, they follow the path of shinobi. Okay? They are ninjas. So when the cops actually stormed the halls, they literally magically perished. They threw smoke bombs and escaped. So we could not arrest them. And then we only arrested the students. It happened to be that the hundreds of people that we arrested were all students. Using this Hamas chain.
Is Hamilton Hall?
I think Commissioner Weiner addressed that already.
No, they didn't. Were any arrests made of outside?
Are you asking me or you
Yeah, I'm asking.
Commissioner Weiner said that there was a presence of outside agitators. We know that some were arrested, but we are not getting specific about who was who. We still have to run names by Columbia, but we know that there were outside agitators inside Hamilton.
Okay, so they were arrested last night. Okay.
Absolutely.
Agitators arrested at Columbia's Hamilton Hall.
I think.
NYPD did an amazing job arresting hundreds of college students to protect them from outside agitators, NYPD says. They've never dealt with a bike theft, so they don't know what a bike lock looks like. Yeah. There you go. Cops don't know what a bike lock looks like because they've never investigated a bike theft in their lives. Now, you see, if these outside agitators were playing Candy Crush on their fucking phones, the cops know exactly what that's about. Look at this deleted tweet by Ali Bauman. Oh, yeah. Breaking. New York City Hall sources tell me, CBS New York, she's a CBS New York reporter, by the way, evidence of the wife of a known terrorist with protesters on Columbia University campus.
And universities. These are heavy industrial chains that were locked with bike locks, and this is what we encountered on every door inside of Hamilton Hall. And so in order for our emergency services group to enter into the building, they had to first cut through these chains, but also get rid of debris and barricaded doors that were barricaded with refrigerators, vending machines, chairs, you name it. They pushed it up against those doors to try and stop us from coming in. But our guys would not be stopped. They did a fantastic job of entering into that location and taking people into custody without incident last night. They took about 40 to 50 people into custody.
The funniest part is like the notion that even if they weren't bike locks, like even if they were regular fucking chains, like the notion that students do not have the capacity to purchase these things is hilarious. Like, how is this evidence of anything? I love the investigation. Like, I love how fucking stupid the NYPD is. That, like, their investigation is not even, like, offering circumstantial evidence. It's just like, here's what they used. It's readily available online and promoted by Campus Safety's very own website. No pushback by the media. The media welcomes it, by the way.
Custody inside of the lobby of Hamilton Hall last night.
So, Mr. Mayor, those 40 or 50 people that were taken into custody last night, what are they going to be charged with, and when are they going to be charged?
Well, it is a series of items. Number one, a form of burglary, trespassing, criminal mischief. Cameras were damaged. Methodologies that were used for typical actions like this, professionals use. Clearly, these children were trained on how to barricade location, what type of locks to be used. These.
What is he saying, bro? Bro, this is literally IDF shit. These children, you might think that these are just regular children, but if you look at it carefully, you'll notice that these are children of Hamas. That's right. These are children trained by the IRGC and Hamas. One might think that these are, you know, the children of upper middle class, professional managerial class individuals. Turns out they were all sons of Hamas, but not the good kind. Not the good son of Hamas who spends all of his time talking about how Israel is awesome, but the bad kind. That's right. Ismail Haniyeh personally trained these children. I'm saying it. That's why we have to kill them.
All these methods we saw in our videos of the type of training that they were being issued.
Yeah, I wonder why American children know how to fucking barricade doors. Let's think about that real quick. I wonder why American children know what school supplies they use in an instance where, like, they have to barricade a door at a school. Do you think it's Hamas training? Or do you think they learn that at school, at fucking school shooting drills? I don't know. Who's to say, guys? I mean,
by these professionals. And so they're going to be charged with those crimes. And those who are on the lawn area, the goal is for those students, it would be summative offenses. But we want the schools across the city to be clear that the property of the schools are for the students, not for those who want to come in and be disruptive to our way of life.
Can I just clarify, the 40 to 50, are they people that you know to be professional agitators? You just referred to them as children. Are they students? So just...
Bro, it's so bad. It's so bad that one of the fucking MSNBC was like, you just said they're children. Oh.
So we know how many of the people that you arrested last night were professional agitators who had no affiliation with Columbia University, and how many of them were students who are at Columbia University?
A great question, and we are sorting through that now. It has been indicated by Columbia when they reached out that the substantial number were outside influences. You know, when you look at the wearing all black, covering your faces completely, those methodologies, you know, our intelligence division study this type of behavior across the globe. We just had a team that just returned from overseas looking at some of the methods that are being used.
Say it, bitch. He means Israel, by the way. Yeah. Our intelligence dictates that some of these students covered their faces, so they must be outside agitators.
With these actions, there's no coincidence that you're seeing these young people across the globe being trained with the same type of individuals, and that is our concern. It's more than just Columbia. It's more than what we saw at City College. This needs to be a clarion call for our country. These are our children, and we can't allow.
He's like, we need to do more of this everywhere around the nation. More of this, please. Yeah. Guys, you don't understand. Hamas is an international institution at this point. They're everywhere and they're anywhere and everywhere.
Allow them to be radicalized like children are being radicalized across the globe.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Mr. Mayor, thanks so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. And Mr. Deputy Commissioner, in terms of physical resistance, once you got in the building, you talked about the barricades, you talked about the vending machines and the refrigerators. Did any of the people inside the building confront police physically? Were there any altercations?
There was very minimal confrontation once ESU decided that we were going to enter that building. They did have to deploy a distraction device on the first floor of Hamilton Hall. That made some of the resistors sort of retreat, and then ESU was able to push through, cut the chains.
Bro said distractor device. It's a flashbang. He's talking about a flashbang grenade. Bro said distraction device like it's a fucking toy. Like he dropped a squeaky toy and a bunch of puppies came running at it. Please explain. Please, someone ask, what do you mean by distraction device? Like, did you drop a fidget spinner on the ground? Is that what happened?
Deep.
Yes, they deployed flashbangs as a simple means of distracting. You know what radicalizes students? You know what I'm going to say. State violence. That's what radicalizes students. They're not getting radicalized at the Hasanabi broadcast, okay? The leading sponsor of these kinds of activities. They're not getting radicalized. Well, maybe they are getting radicalized against the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of every hour, and sometimes I forget and run it at 18 minutes in. That's the most you're going to get radicalized against here at the top of the hour at the Hasanabi broadcast. Sponsored by Hamas, of course, the Al-Qassam Brigades. What radicalizes students is getting fucking flashbanged and packed up by a bunch of fucking Gestapo thugs whose, you know, tax dollars are funding their overtime for the crime of being anti-genocide. That's what radicalizes students. Here are some more students being radicalized. Breaking news, NYPD raids Fordham University encampment. Tents can be seen thrown around inside the occupied lobby. Attempts were made to block the view of the raid from people outside.
Get through the debris, and then we took them into custody without incident.
So no injuries last night?
No injuries as of now. We're still sorting through all of the prisoners that we took into custody, but as of now, what we saw was just a calm, precise operation. The issue did a phenomenal job last night based on what they were dealing with.
Yeah.
As we said a minute ago, Columbia has asked you all to stay on campus through graduation and even a couple of days after. How do you envision the NYPD presence now for the next several weeks?
I want you to understand something. If they do end up finding one dude who's like an alumni or one dude who's not like a fucking college student, that still doesn't justify the actions. I also need you to understand that as well. Like, it is so fucking unimaginably stupid. Like, the fact that they think they get away with martial law because the school believes that there's like outside agitators.
Columbia, you may have arrested those, some of them professionals last night, but there will still be protests, not just on campus, but in the area.
This
is a serious warning
to all U.S. And so the police commissioner and the mayor will stay in constant contact with Columbia. However, we're partners in this. We don't want to see this return to what it was last night or before. However, Columbia does have to take some onus and make sure they secure their campus, but we will be there as a partner to make sure.
Yeah, this chatter is correct, by the way. Outside agitators, not organic intersectional moral revulsion. There were definitely a few people sneaking in on every campus. Talia had a story about her discovering the person next to her was a Zionist cutting content. Yeah.
That it doesn't return. But what that looks like, we haven't decided yet, but we'll stay in constant contact.
I think the question about who the outside agitators are, how many there are, that's a longer investigation. And staying on campus could be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that front.
Absolutely, and we'll be a good partner in that way, but we have to make sure.
No, walk through it. How? Do you feel like the fucking dumbass that you're talking to has any investigative capacity? Like, literally, he showed you a bike lock and was like, this is a bike lock of Hamas. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, no, a unprecedented amount of police activity on campus surely will be necessary and good. Perhaps you should use more distraction devices on the students. You know, you should keep doing that. You should just keep beating the shit out of these students and arresting them until they say they all unconditionally love Israel. This will definitely work.
Sure that Columbia is doing their part to secure their campus, and when needed, the NYPD will be there like we are for this entire city, 365 days a year.
And you all said yesterday part of the reason you did decide to go in with Columbia's help and insistence was because you had recognized people who were known to you at the NYPD as not students, but people who were there to cause trouble. Is that true?
Right, that's true. And to make it clear, Columbia identified many of these individuals as non-students as well. And so once they recognized that and then they broke into Hamilton Hall, that was a clear indication that something had to be done. And then they reached out and they
It's great that, like, no evidence is necessary for any of the statements that he's bringing forward. You could just simply, guys, hear me out here, okay? I'm about to say something fucking crazy, partially a little fucked up, okay? You could ask the student organizers if there is veracity to any of these statements. I know I'm a little crazy, okay? I know I'm a little crazy, but you could ask those guys. I'm just saying. A bridge too far, potentially. I know. Of course, that would require you to air any kind of footage that makes these student protesters very reasonable, that will most likely make them look super reasonable and their demands perfectly morally just. I know you can't have that, which is why you'll just keep doing this instead.
Letter was pretty specific.
Okay. NYPD Deputy Commissioner of Public Information, Tariq Shepard, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate everything you're doing.
Yeah, UCLA is live now, right? New from Kibri Kielet, Jessica Seinfeld and Bill Ackman both donated thousands to fund the pro-Israel counter-protesters at UCLA in the lead up to last night's violent attack on the university's pro-Palestinian encampment. UCLA press conference is happening right now.
Palestinian students. And I myself have personally been faced those violences that the UC has perpetuated, and continues to perpetuate. It's not just a means of divestment, it's a divestment from Zionism.
Yeah, but just to be explicit, we're going to keep the encampment going until our demands are met, which is to divest from the Zionist entity.
Have you had any meetings at this point with anyone from the UC in the financial services section?
My goats. My fucking goats.
The University of California makes, because you've got chancellors, presidents, that's fine. Money guys are what makes happen. Have you demanded you meet with them? Is there a possibility of meeting with them?
So we met with the Chief Investment Officer on the UC Regents before. Again, this protest did not start a week ago, right? This movement didn't even start October 7th. The UCLA Divest Coalition is older than this specific siege that's been happening for the last 200 days. But we've been demanding divestment all year. And so we've met with the UC Regents. We have made these demands of them before. We have met with the Chief Investments Officer. We presented them with our demands. They are, the companies that we are demanding that they divest from. They're aware of the the universities that we no longer want them to partner with, etc. They're very aware of what our demands are. And yeah, until you'll know when our demands are met, because the encampment will be gone, right? So yeah.
Do you have any facts or figures on how many people were injured last night and the extent of their injuries?
At least 25.
No, it's in the hundreds. It was at least more than 100 people. I was one of those people that was injured. Most of these people here, I'm pretty sure, can speak to their own stories. I was simply live streaming on the Instagram for SJP, and I was bear maced and also pepper sprayed by Zionists, all of them being really taller than me and much bigger than me, and I was met along with my peers here with violence, and all we were trying to do was defend the encampment and to defend our demands. And despite this, though, we remain steadfast. All we think about is those Palestinian children that are holding up those signs with the names of universities and thanking us. That is more than enough to keep us going.
Sorry, we can. Yeah, do you want to go? Yeah. So there were 25 people hospitalized last night, and there were numerous more who were injured, who were maybe too afraid to go to the hospital or couldn't make it to the hospital. And
hundreds of people maced and pepper sprayed.
Hundreds of people maced and pepper sprayed, and our medics were completely overrun, and we needed extra support that no one could provide us with.
Sorry, you said 25 people were taken to the hospital.
They're fucking amazing,
yes,
dude.
A good amount of our people were actually turned away from the hospital, and ambulances were not coming. And I know that the news isn't really good at describing the timeline of events, but the police actually mobilized pretty fast as soon as they started shooting fireworks at us. Instead, though, the police came with an EMS truck, took one of the counter-protesters to the hospital, and escorted that counter-protester to the hospital.
And left the rest of us
and left everyone there while they were still shooting fireworks at us.
Have you received any assurances about your safety moving forward from the university? And do you know if they're pursuing an investigation into the
Wait, you don't understand. Maybe the counter-protester threw out a hip while trying to fucking head kick an old lady.
That's funny. No, I don't think they're planning on doing so, because they witnessed everything that happened last night. They know about this. They just don't care. They literally do not care about our safety, about our lives. They would rather watch us like be killed than to protect us.
Yeah, the UC system always releases a statement that's super like, there was violence broke out, a clash, we don't condone any violence, and it always refuses to acknowledge that pro-Palestinian supporters are the one being like harassed and being put into physical danger. And so without that acknowledgement, I don't know how he could provide us with sufficient safety.
So Chancellor Block released a statement like just a few minutes ago that was like, you know, supposedly acknowledging the events of last night. It said that, you know, violence ensued at the encampment, right, which is a incredible just like underrepresentation of what happened, and said that the university would of course be taking like strict measures to address this, including disciplinary actions such as suspension, expulsion, dismissal, but the folks who were the ones being tear gassed, being pepper sprayed, being bear maced, being thrown fireworks at, being beaten with wooden planks, having bricks thrown at them, being just physically assaulted, like hand-to-hand combat, those folks are students and professors and things like that. The folks on the other side are not, vast majority not UCLA community members. They are not faculty, they are not students. And so when the university is saying that the disciplinary action that they're taking is going to be suspensions, expulsions, dismissal, we know that that means they're going to punish us for having been brutalized last night, which we absolutely condemn.
We don't believe that the police protects us. So
I called 911 3 times last night at 11:30 p.m. because the medics told me that they needed help, and they did not come or help until 4 or 5 a.m.
Right, like
that doesn't address the question. You've got video, everyone.
yes, we have videos. We are sending reports to the necessary channels, but we also do not trust that the necessary action will be taken. Right, the chancellor just sent us an email that said he will punish us, the ones who were brutalized, for what happened last night. Right, and the police again were called many times, not only by the people in the encampment, but by people outside who were seeing this happen on social media. They were calling UCPD, they were calling LAPD, they were calling medics, they were calling the hospitals, and all of those sources were turned away. They said the police would hang up on the people who were calling the police. Right, and when the police came, there's video evidence, there's live streams everywhere. They stood in a line and they watched. And then they stood in a line and they moved forward a little bit more to kind of start dispersing, whatever. And they pushed us closer to the Zionists. They moved in and they didn't do anything. They didn't come in between us. And I will be clear that when I'm saying this, we don't want police on our campus. We don't want police to be the ones defending us. We assert that our people are the ones keeping us safe. The only reason that our people were able to survive last night was because we have street medics there, we have legal observers there, we had folks coming in from all parts of Los Angeles, bringing in donations of water, saline solution, gauze, all these things, right? We keep us safe, right? We say that over and over and over again. We keep us safe. The police did not keep us safe, and they will not keep us safe any longer.
Identifying people through social media, and I've already seen people's like license plates going out. I'm just curious if you can talk a little bit about what that's like internally to try and identify yourself.
That's so unlike the police. So shocking to me.
Yeah, I mean, that really is not our priority when we're looking out for the safety of our peers. That is way more urgent right now. We've had less than 24 hours to recover from last night, so I don't really think that we're in the place right now to take the time to try and recognize these people.
So moving forward, are you taking additional steps in order to assure the safety of the people who are in the encampment? What steps are you taking?
I don't, given that there are Zionists probably watching us right now, given that they stalk and surveil us, I don't think it's safe for us to announce that on public and media, so I think we will refrain. But we are taking measures to ensure safety in our encampment.
No. Of course not. And also, like, all of this media coverage, right? Like there's a lot of eyes on UCLA right now. There's a lot of eyes on Columbia. There's a lot of eyes.
Maybe the cops wanted to realize that you do need them. That's such a funny take, man. That's so awesome. It's just like, yeah, cops are always protecting the fascists in every single circumstance. Just so you realize you do need them. Yeah.
There are 1.5 million people being starved. There are 2 million displaced in Rafah, right? That is why we are here. We are staying until those things are eradicated, until Zionism is eradicated. all of this Zionist aggression, this Zionist aggression is, of course, like deeply, deeply unjust. We see it as a direct extension of the Zionist occupation in Palestine and in Israel, right? These people who have been harassing us and attacking us for weeks, and not just this week, but like for months before this, but they're proudly IOF trained, ex-IOF soldiers, right? The LAPD trains with the IOF. These people are wearing IOF jackets, walking around campus, proudly boasting. They're saying, we are Proud Boys, we are armed, we are proud to be American and armed, we are here, and we're coming back with more people and more guns. This is the shit they say to us, right? And so we see their actions as a direct extension of the occupation in Palestine. The brutality that is used here is learned there. And the brutality, right? And so the resistance that we do here is to uplift the resistance that is happening there. So focus your media attention on Gaza, right? The university protests will stop when occupation is lifted, and so yeah, that is our main demand.
And I would like to redirect that question. It doesn't matter whether or not we feel safe. I think everybody here can confidently say we would relive last night every single night until this stops. Every single night.
So, there will be no more questions. Thank you very much. If you have additional questions, you can refer to a media liaison throughout the day. Thank you very much. This will be the end.
My fucking goats, dude. They're incredible. All of them. Of course they're well spoken. It's so incredibly clear the UCLA police stood aside and let a pro-Israeli lynch mob run wild at UCLA. They did nothing for 2 hours as violent Zionists assaulted students, launched fireworks in the encampment, and sprayed mace on the students. Always the same bullshit, dude. The takeaway from that will be like whatever 3-second thing that they can clip to be like, wow, these guys are radicals, either to diminish the impact or to either diminish the impact or to basically say that they're violent and rabid or some shit. Yeah, cops are staging already. I think the intent could be, the suspicion is that they want to clear the encampment. That's what they're thinking. Also, here,
within
let's watch
that
this.
encampment at the
We're going to watch this video, and then we're going to watch the NYPD's defense.
moment, and today Republican lawmakers were as well.
They were, yes. James mentioned President Biden. Well, he is 4 blocks from here at the White House. This is very much the heart of Washington, D.C., and the heart of yet another protest. You can see here many of the protesters are gathering. Just to the left, we've got the barricades that have been put up, that were put up, I should say, to try and keep the protesters inside and agitators, as they've become known, outside. Now, over the course of the past week, those barricades have just been piled up in the center. The real challenge for the authorities here is simply what to do about it. Do they move in, like the police have done in other campuses, or do they stay away? The concern is that to move in, and certainly the Metropolitan Police here in DC were concerned about this last week, if they did move in, that they would exacerbate what they believe here to be a small and relatively isolated and peaceful protest. Now, into that come the politicians, of course. James Comer is the chair of the Oversight Committee, a Republican, a controversial character, many would say. He and some of his colleagues came here in what could only be described as a photo op. But they wanted, they said, to see for themselves what the situation was on the ground. Honestly, they wouldn't have been able to see because the number of media that were surrounding them. But I did catch up with James Comer briefly. But what about the students' right to protest and their concerns about Gaza?
You have a right to protest. I respect that. We all respect the First Amendment. The problem is you don't have the right to trespass. You don't have the right to intimidate. And that's why we're here today.
They love free speech, don't they, folks? Don't they love free speech? Can't you tell how much they love free speech? These students have a right to protest, just not one that hurts my feelings, actually. If they do that, then I'm going to demand the police come in and beat the shit out of them. Land of the free, home of the brave. I consider what they're doing to be intimidating. Yeah.
You can see the statue here of George Washington has been commandeered by the protesters. He is one of them at the moment. I want to have a chat with one of the protesters who's agreed to talk to us. Miriam, thank you for talking to us. I can see here you've got a sign with the rules and regulations of this protest movement. How long have you been here at this location?
I've been here since Thursday morning. Yeah, we've been here. We're planning to stay until our demands are met. We're demanding that the universities protect pro-Palestinian speech on campus, that they drop all charges against pro-Palestinian student organizers and organizations, that they immediately disclose all investments and endowments, that they divest from the state of Israel, and that they end all academic partnerships with Israel.
How would you characterize the mood of the protest movement here? Because I've been here a few times over the course of the past week. There are a Jewish community who come here from time to time. They claim that you're anti-Semitic. They feel offended.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a funny thing, like optically. I know this guy is not super contentious and he's just doing his job. But it is pretty funny to just be like, what do you have to say to people saying that, like, these protests are virulently anti-Semitic?
So I can speak to this as a Jew myself, a Jewish student. I think we have seen a lot of baseless claims of anti-Semitism that are meant to distract and divert attention away from the genocide that's been going on for over 200 days, the 76 years of military occupation that we've seen. And
by the way, yeah, George Washington, like, sure, racist, slave or whatever, those are significant and important points to mention. But he also had a little bit of an intifada dog in him. You know what I mean? Just say it. Like, he did do an intifada. He did. Now, obviously, it was a bourgeois revolution, but still, it was a revolution nonetheless. Intifada nonetheless. A violent revolutionary figure.
And, I feel that it's really just a distraction tactic. And I can say that I feel more safe.
Lamont dude did a revolution to keep his slaves. Fair. That's why I specified that it was a fucking bourgeois revolution and not a proletarian one. But who cares? I mean, it's still a revolution nonetheless.
Jewish inside this encampment than outside, because I know that everyone here believes in collective liberation.
That's interesting. But briefly, do you understand why phrases like "from the river to the sea," like intifada, like only one solution?
Oh, that's awesome. Only one solution, intifada revolution, which is so funny because, like, they're saying it in English too. Yeah.
That they are offensive to some Jews.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of discourse about words and speech, but there's not a lot of discourse about genocide. And I would push back and question, if people are more concerned about certain words and certain speech than they are about genocide and the murder of over 35,000 people, then I think they need to have a shift in their priorities.
And lastly, Miriam, very briefly, we've seen what happened in California overnight. We've seen what happened up in New York. Are you concerned that the police might move in here as well?
What? I'm watching the vids. Huge fan since Russia invasion. I don't think you should be telling people to not vote. I never have told people to not vote. You're wrong. I tell people to vote all the fucking time. I love voting. It's ridiculous. Don't come in here with some bullshit like that. You've been very reactionary and anarchist lately. That's pretty funny. You're saying I'm both reactionary and also anarchist. I don't think you understand either of those words. You're just kind of using those words without recognizing it. Yeah, someone said, vote goat. I am the vote goat. I love voting. I understand it's heated seeing protesters get harmed, but if y'all don't vote for Biden, Trump will win, and then we all have a worse problem. I don't like Biden, but Trump will take everything from us. Speaking in Arabic means you're anti-Semitic. I said yallah the other day and got arrested. Good. The term Allah should have it should not have any room in our language. Okay? It probably means one of them scary things, you know? Wait. It's also a part of the Turkish language as well, despite the fact that it's an Arabic word. Hold on. Yeah. Don't you dare say it.
Yeah, so I think it's shameful what we've been seeing, that police and that universities are, more willing to brutalize their students and put their students in harm's way than they are to divest from genocide. And so, we're going to see what happens here, but we're going to be here until our demands are met, no matter what.
Mark.
Okay. Are you guys ready? We have to look at this New York Police Department propaganda video that they cut out. It's so IDF coded, as far as I understand, which I think is not surprising.
So now, right there, what I'm looking at, that's Hamilton Hall. He's on top of it. There's no, and that's a sidewalk, right? Which sidewalk would that be?
That's Amsterdam Avenue.
That's Amsterdam Avenue. So we got. So Hamilton is a little further down. Is this Hamilton right here? No.
This is so fucking
All the
stupid.
entrances are somehow barricaded. What entrance do we believe is the entrance where we have the least resistance? Not gonna be. We're not gonna be moving. We're probably down the park.
Right. You got some planned process up there.
Yeah. We want to start getting the morals.
Our biggest enemy. 18-year-old anthropology students wearing keffiyehs and saying stuff like queers for Palestine. And we're willing to do what it takes to kill them, to apprehend them, to remove them from Hamilton Hall. This summer, from those who brought you, my wife is getting fucked right now while I collect overtime, comes yet another banger. IDF trained NYPD forces tried to kill Hamas teenagers in New York. In a world where Hamas has broken into Hamilton Hall on Columbia University, watch our cops look exactly like fascist pigs, break doors themselves, and create a shit ton more property damage. Get ready to watch them use special weapons and tactics on 19-year-old college students with an English major and no prospect for the future.
Out of the Hamilton building and the Columbia University, we're on the third floor of the methodically going.
Notice how they have Hamas writings written on the wall, like political power comes from the barrel of a gun.
Third floor of the methodically going through the building.
Maoist terms like the countryside surrounds the city. These guys are all Maoist third worldists, and we should know.
Methodically going through the building, looking for the student protesters that took over this building. As you can see, the emergency service is behind us, conducting operations. We're checking each floor. We're checking each door. If we come over here, you can see that they have set
Our
up
deputy commissioner
sort of an encampment inside of the classroom.
is noticing the sleeping bags. He also, for some weird fucking reason, is wearing his hat under his helmet.
Sleeping bags all over the place. And when we actually came in here, they actually had the desk barricaded up to the window so that thinking that we were going to come in and get them. No job by ESU so far.
Notice how we're doing more property damage, much more than what the students did. Breaking into every room.
No job by ESU so far.
Look how fat our beautiful piglets are. They've gotten so much overtime and very little cardio time because all they do is stand around the New York Metro subway stations, playing Candy Crush on their phones, and waiting for the next opportunity to beat the shit out of a 14-year-old fair hopper.
Thorough job by your school so far, as professional as can be, making sure everything is safe before we move on. Feel totally comfortable, totally safe with these guys, man. This is who you call when the police need help.
More property damage. More property damage. Notice how this is the only footage we could find where we're not absolutely beating the shit out of the students. Although there's plenty of images of us doing exactly that outside of Hamilton Hall. Here you have a serious assailant being apprehended. Notice how the color of this Jan Sport backpack is green. You know what else is green? That's right, the color of Islam, specifically the color of Hamas, and also one of the colors of the Palestinian flag. Look what they've done to the place. How are they all built like this, bro? Like in a random sampling of the population, you'll find a higher number of people in shape. Sample selection. It's a self-selecting process. Notice how we're filming from the disgusting property damage the students made on the beautiful hallowed halls of Hamilton Hall. Yeah, the NYPD did a Snyder cut of the Columbia raid.
All right, it's 10:35. We're on the campus of Columbia.
How fat can they get? Here is our chief of patrol. The last time he patrolled the streets, black people were not allowed to drink from the same fountains as white people. That's right.
In the tent city, which you see is cleared. Just a remarkable plan and execution by the NYPD, and more importantly, these cops on the perimeter who got this secured. Special thanks to our emergency service, our SRG group.
Oh my God, bro, this guy, this is his safety blanket chain. He found that chain and he just kept it since the raid, bro. I just realized it's the same guy with the same chain. Oh my God, he went to bed with that chain, bro. Same guy, same chain. Did you see that?
Into the building or inside.
He's like, this is my chain now. Please don't touch it. Is this actual music or are you adding it? No, this is the NYPD's own. This is the NYPD's own music.
Second to none. As of right now, this campus is secure by NYPD personnel. This is how we get it done.
That's right. We arrested 100 students. We arrested 75 gay, 25 heterosexual students in order to clear the campus from all wrongdoing.
This is not a tent city. This is New York City. It's our city.
This is not a tent city. Wait, what? What?
Right now, this campus is secure by NYPD personnel. This is how we get it done.
This is not a tent city. This is New York City. It's our city. And if you're thinking about doing something like this, take a look around. See how fast we cleared it out. This could be you.
The conditions in this courtyard are just deplorable. It smells bad.
What are you saying? It smells bad here.
It just reeks. And no student, nobody should have to endure this and being on the campus. Like I said before, lawlessness, that's what this, we thought it what symbolizes. And we're not gonna have lawlessness in our city. So Columbia reached out to us, we came in here, we took action, and this is the result of our action. To any other individuals that wanna protest, there are other ways to do it besides setting up tents.
What are the other ways to do it? Let's ask you, dickhead. Yeah. Yeah, let's get our notes from you, asshole, about how we should be protesting. Like, shut the fuck up, idiot. The music is you, right? This can't be the video itself. Oh, it very much is the video itself, chatter. The music is not me.
And living like this, this is not the way to get your point across. If you're thinking about setting up tents anyplace else in the city, think again, because colleges will reach out to us, and we'll come there and we'll strike you, take you to jail, like we did over here. Thank you. Have a good night.
I love that they got the most neurodivergent cop, though. Like, it's awesome. He's just like, yeah, you guys, if you do this again, we will come back again. Let me tell you, I love doing fascism. It's the best. Please, don't come back. I'm scared. I looked at some of the tents and I thought, this is scary.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Oh, this was awesome, by the way. Eric Adams had some other... Eric Adams, Mr. New York is the Tel Aviv of America. New York is the Rwanda of America. New York is the Philistine of America. Okay, maybe not that last part. This is what he had to say this morning.
It's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country.
Unless it's the Israeli flag, in which case it's awesome, because New York is the Tel Aviv and the Golan Heights of America.
So blame me for being proud to be an American. And I thank Commissioner Daughtry for putting that flag back up. We're not surrendering our way of life to anyone.
Yeah, famously, New York, we never allow any flag of any other country to fly out here. It's just hilarious that he was the one saying this, because he's always saying this shit. Like, New York is the Golan Heights of America. Base progressive Eric Adams recognizes the sovereignty of the Palestinian state. Breaking all Italian restaurants are being forced to take down Italian flags. Yeah. It's funny to think about, like, Mr. in the pocket of Turkey himself talk about this way. Like, you know, he's so fucking bought and sold by the Turkish government. He's like, I could hear him saying, Turkey, no foreign flags. Yep. Well, there you go. One of the hardest lines a leader has given in years. It's despicable that schools will allow another country's flag to fly in our country. Blame me for being proud to be an American. We're not surrendering our way of life. I mean, yeah, of course, dude. Come on. He does this not just for Israel, but for like every country. He does this for a shocking amount of countries, okay? He literally does Justin Trudeau style cultural appreciation and cultural appropriation, like, all the time. These criminals at Columbia are chanting eliminationist slogans like "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free," and globalize the intifada. These little gazans are disgusting cesspools of anti-Semitic hate. Tom Cotton's like, listen to me. Only I get to say Jews control the media, okay? These guys, I'll teach you a thing or two about being an anti-Semite. I, after all, am the senator proudly serving the state of Arkansas, okay? I want it all for myself. Why aren't you at UCLA? Do we think this guy is A weirdo stalker, or B, a hater account that is simply asking this question so that they can turn around and fucking go, guess what, dude? Guess what? You're too afraid to go out there. Or a secret third option, who will assassinate me when I go there. Or maybe he just wants to tell you that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break and he wanted the debate. Because at the top of the hour, there is a secret fourth option, a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. I actually think it's better for the protest for Hassan not to be at UCLA. Listen, I will never center myself in any of these fucking movements. I only go there to show directly by talking to the students themselves, the student organizers themselves. I only go there to show the actual truth about what these protest movements look like. Okay? And if I feel like my my being there all of a sudden interferes with if me being there all of a sudden interferes with the movement that these students are organized around, then I will leave immediately. I think that a lot of people should recognize that I don't go to these protests unless I am invited, and I do not go to these protests unless unless I can have a student media liaison officer, unless that they are both welcoming me and also want me to be there, and also are making sure that I'm not doing something that the students would not want me to do. Do you fear also someone will attack you? Not really. I don't really think about those sorts of things. What? This photo is posted to the official account of NYPD Chief of Patrol John Chell, who recently accused student protesters of being anti-Semitic against police. The NYPD doesn't protect the rights of Americans that are loyal to a foreign apartheid state committing genocide. During his visit to the U.S., Israeli President Isaac Herzog stopped by police headquarters to meet with executives and members of the NYPD. I mean, they literally train with the IDF. This is not even remotely shocking. It is kind of funny, though, that... It is kind of fucking funny, though, that Eric Adams literally was like, we would never fly the flag of another country in the United States of America. Every hater who has approached you IRL just pisses their pants and looks like they're on the verge of crying. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, what one fails to consider is that a lot of these haters rarely ever go out in broad daylight, and when they do, they're very quickly the guise of anonymity that offers you a level of like credibility because people don't know what you look like, people can't smell you, you know what I mean? That all perishes instantly in public, in broad fucking daylight. I've met, throughout the course of my Twitch streaming career, I've met thousands of wonderful, awesome individuals who are fans, and I've only met a handful of fucking weirdos in that process. And oftentimes they look exactly the way they sound online. There should be a way to mobilize the online movement around your persona into real life organization. That's such a funny thing that you're saying because it already is happening all around. I try to do my very best, but one thing that I always repeat over and over again is that I'm just one person. Okay? I'm just one person talking shit to a camera.
Damn, this guy's good.